if you come at these kings, you best not miss. Shout out
to Gay,
to Jonathan Allen.
bring him home.
Don't bring that demon home.
Bring him home. What's up, y'all?
What's going on, fellas, man? How's everything treating y'all, man? We got a lot to talk about. Oh my God.
We're here. We've made it. We're a couple days away from shit really getting really real. Man.
We got Combine. We got Max Crosby rumors. We got free agency. We got everything right here.
Players re-signed, extended. We didn't get to talk about the extensions yet.
They gave Andrew Wiley a presser. He was up there looking. He was up there looking like Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, that means you watched it.
I turned it on. Turned that shit on.
You watch? Hey, nobody else up here watched that. Yeah. I know Ed ain't watch it.
I saw the notification. I was shocked. I was like, we gave a backup, a presser. Like,
I saw a presser and didn't read the name. Got there and was like, oh yeah, this is not for me. Hey, shout out to Buddy, but it's not for me.
Hey, I didn't even know. Somebody had to tell me he got a presser. I was like, oh really? That's cute, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Andrew Wiley, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Your boy Shot Tuttle. Extendo.
Yeah, you all that shit y'all was talking about, and they say Shot City. Shot City. All that shit y'all said about Shot Tuttle. Yeah.
Shout out to Big Dietrich, man.
Big Dietrich back in the building. And before you know it, they signing Yash Nyman in this bitch. Yeah,
This nigga just put applause after Yash Nyman.
Yash Nyman in the building.
It must be stopped, man.
Hey, nah. Real talk though. Shout out to Dietrich Wise, Shot Tuttle, Nick Allegretti, Andrew Wiley, all the guys that are back in the fold. They're not done bringing back guys. I think Jacob Martin eventually will be brought back. I think you're gonna see Marcus Mariota brought back. I think Jonathan Jones is a guy that I wouldn't rule out being back either. And I'm not sure if there are any other guys that I see them being super aggressive in trying to bring back here.
Hopefully Jacob Martin.
Yeah, I expect Jacob Martin to be back for sure. I don't think that's a guy.
Was media present for that, or was it like they was Zoom and he was at the podium?
I would assume he was zoomed out to them. Okay. That's not a big enough press conference to get people to leave their house.
Yeah, I'm about to say, ain't no way they dropped. Ain't no way Sean DeBarbieri dropped a press memo talking about, hey, y'all pull up for this Wiley press conference.
Yeah, nah. Wiley and Tressway don't get personal appearances. They got
the nastiest memo ever sent by the team's PR.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would be crazy work if that happened. So before we get to any free agency talk, any trade talk, any of that kind of conversation, we had a whole entire combine take place over the span of the weekend. And I want you guys' raw reaction to what you saw. Any disappointments, anybody stand out. And then once we get to the conclusion of that, we're going to do the thing that we said we were going to do. We started last week, which is we gave our prediction for the 7th overall pick. We're going to do that for this week and see how you guys feel after watching the combine take place. But let's first talk about, I guess we can go through the combine day by day. So Thursday featured the D-line and edge rushers and linebackers. So what was your initial impressions of day one of the combine?
They ain't making it to 7. Nobody we want is making it to 7. David Bailey's combine was good. It wasn't like crazy,
right?
But I mean,
he just checked all the boxes.
We didn't need him to go super crazy for him to end up going potentially 2nd overall. So no Bailey, no Reese, and we're now to the point where Sonny Styles doesn't even sound very likely. I think we are definitely in a world We're sitting at 7, and it's Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love, or one of the top receivers. Or Ruben Bain, I guess, probably too.
It was so first of all, both of the Ohio State boys are freaks, right?
Yep.
Like genetic lab creations. Have you seen a better combine than the one Sonny Styles turned in? Have you ever watched a better combine performance than that?
I mean, really, the whole combine in its entirety was elite at like almost every position. Everybody outpaced all previous years. Tight end, running back, everybody. It was crazy.
And there was a lot of calculated, not fast 40s, not ran too. And that's how
I think that's going to be the wave of the future. I don't think this was the fastest group we've ever seen. Just the slow dude said, hey,
that shit looked like it though.
Not worth it.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna just do it. Like they said, the scouts is the scouts phrase is, if you're gonna run slow, do it once, right? Might as well do that shit in obscurity at your pro day where we can make up a time for you, right? Speaking of times,
and even so, we still got times being made up. I'm about to say, man, what's good?
That was one of the greatest combine performances I've ever seen, because generally when a guy goes out and does that, he don't do no field drills. He didn't went out and he killed the field drills as well. Bailey looks smooth running the drills on the field. He's a little tight, but you're not drafting Bailey to be out here moving around like Myles Garrett. You drafting Bailey to get off the ball explosively and dip that corner. And when they did that drill where you dip the corner on that bag and flatten and get to the quarterback, boy, that shit looks smooth.
You're gonna be waiting a lot of years looking for another Myles Garrett anyway, so don't even try that.
It's gonna be interesting, to say the least, looking at what could be available, because you mentioned Jeremiah Love, and we'll get to day 3 of the combine. I'm not sure he's even there at 7 at this point.
It's starting to get like that too.
He's going to be there at 7 either. It's really starting to feel bleak and dark as far as I'm concerned.
I love when we get to the point of draft season when no one's going to get to our pick. Multiple someones are going to be on the board when we pick, but it's so easy and so fun to say that no one's going to be there.
So when you say that, I say that tongue in cheek, right? Obviously, Caleb Downs is going to be there.
People be saying it and meaning it with their whole chest. Rio, he's not even going to be there. Why are you even talking about him? Like, someone's going to be there. We were at 29 last year. There were some people there that we had no business being there throughout all of our draft conversations. Someone's always there.
Yeah, we had Mike Green available. You had Nick Amawari. All of it. It was a lot going on.
All the running backs, basically, that we didn't think, that we thought could be gone, were there.
Yeah, he was there too.
Yeah. So, anybody else stick out to you guys? Anybody disappoint you in day 1? What'd you guys think about Romello Height? What'd you think about Cassius Howell?
I thought Cassius would run a little faster, but he's more than enough football fast and bendy. But when you have like the size discrepancy, you got to come out and show something. I wish Ruben Bain ugly ass would have worked out, man. He didn't have to do the 40, but do the on-field drills.
Yeah, Cassius is 10-yard split. Just showcase what he's all about. I thought he would run faster too because of how he jumped and, with the broad and the vert. I thought he was going to run a lot faster, but he got out of the gates at a 1.58. So that tells you that he's explosive, like as advertised. What was up with, and maybe you can speak to this, Rico, what was up with CJ Allen not doing anything?
Yeah, I was literally about to bring that up too. That was my disappointment. Delp and Allen, I believe they're both dealing with injuries. And it really sucks for Allen too. I really hoped he could run, because a lot of people can see, they could tell Delp has athleticism. I've seen national analysts say like he might be like a tick below Brock Bowers when it comes to just pure athleticism. I feel like CJ Allen is not getting the same athleticism hype because I think he played a lot of season hurt, and a lot of people don't realize it. I was thinking that, since the last time we saw him, he played in the game months later, he should be ready for the combine. But I guess he's still too hurt to even participate in the combine, because I think he would have tested very well.
Anybody stood out to you, Ed, or disappointed you?
For me, yeah, Ruben Bain just not participating. I'm still pretty high on him, even with the short arm thing. So really just him. I know Mansur Delaney, he didn't participate. So really just some of the guys not participating. But I know that's going to be the trend moving forward. Guys just not participating, but guys that participated, I was fine with. I mean, as long as they're going out there and competing. I think really honestly from an interview standpoint, like the person that disappointed me the most was Mekhi Lemon. Not even just, I mean, he participated, but just his demeanor and his mannerisms and the way he was acting and looking down while talking to people and like kind of just a weird, like
Sean Rio.
Hey, Rio, that shit Rio sent us was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, so that was odd for me. I mean, like he,
you gotta look down just a little bit more.
You gotta put your chin on your clavicle and start lifting his peering.
There you go, right there, with your eyes barely above your damn hat.
And you gotta start smoldering and start swaying like a demon from an anime.
Bro, Rio sent us this anime character looking down just like that with bags under his eyes. That shit was hilarious, bro. That's exactly what he looked like.
He a demon, and I'm with all that.
Yeah, so I'm out on him just for that. He's a great player, but I'm out on him. I would, like I said before, I would take Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson before him. Jordan Tyson number 1, Carnell Tate number 2, and then Mekhi number 3. But that was odd from him. I mean, he did say he wanted to play with Jaden Daniels just like everybody else does. So
that was kind of superstar shit though, right there. I like that. I like that shit. I like that weird shit right there. That was a plus for me. That was a plus for me.
Yeah, your receivers got to have some diva in them, but not that kind of way. Not that kind of way. So he was hitting the Sharif Cooper's dad. Shout out to Sharif Cooper, Wizard right now. He's playing well.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, he hit the Sharif Cooper's dad in the car type scene while doing a professional interview. But like I said, if you're participating, you know that's a plus to me because like a lot of guys are ducking out and not participating, waiting for the pro days and whatnot. So he was the only disappointment for me.
I
wouldn't call Keldrick
standouts, of course, Sonny Styles. I mean, incredible. He almost had a 10 out of 10 RES score. All the Ohio State guys. I mean, they showed out. Some of the safeties too. The safeties were super quick. So yeah, a lot of guys put up some good numbers.
You were gonna say Rico?
I was just gonna say like Keldrick Folk. I wouldn't consider him a disappointment because we kind of knew he wasn't that agile. So I feel like he did exactly what we expected. I feel like a lot of people would say he was a disappointment, but if you really watched the tape, you knew he couldn't really move laterally and change direction that well anyway. If you're getting him because he's freakishly strong, crazy long, and all of that type of stuff, and you're betting on potential. But like the on the field drill stuff they had the defensive ends doing, I didn't expect him to stand out in that one at all.
Yeah. I also thought that Zane Durant was really good.
Oh yeah, Penn State
as well. I thought he really blew it up.
Malachi Lawrence,
the first one to run too.
Malachi Lawrence was flying.
Out
of Central Florida.
Yep. So I thought there were some guys that.
Jacob Rodriguez had a day also.
Yes, he did.
His stop.
I think of all of the guys that. So let's go there before we move on from day one. I think this is a really good crop of linebackers. Like athletically, they passed the eye test, and the production matches the athleticism, and so I was blown away because generally every year, just about you go, hey, this not a deep linebacker class, right? You better, if you want one, you better get them early because it ain't a lot here. There's not a lot of substance. And there were several guys. First of all, this is the fastest linebacker class I think I might have ever seen, right? Yep. Like you basically had, I think the slowest 40, I got them right here. The slowest 40 was a 4.62.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. There's some big guys out there too in that linebacker class. They not small.
Not at all. And so a 4.62 being the slowest 40 is crazy because 4.62 is fast at linebacker. So this is really a hell of a class of, I think, a really good class of linebackers. And Jacob Rodriguez, I thought, was the guy that might have helped himself the most.
Hell yeah, that boy 3-cone was
stupid.
And I love the fact that it matches the tape. Like a lot of people were doubting, okay, the tape looks really good, but you like, who did he do it against? Is he actually that athletic? And for real, I agree. I think he's the linebacker that helped himself the most for sure.
That's why it's funny to me when people are like, "Oh my God, Sonny Styles did all at the combine. Y'all hyping up his measurables." I'm like, did y'all watch him play during the season and the season before? Like the tape was already there. He just put a bow on his. He don't need to do shit at the pro day at Ohio State.
Yep.
That whole day should be about Caleb Downs and showcasing Jeremiah Smith for next year, like that,
or his brother.
Hey,
let his brother go out there and showcase him.
Let Zoe Styles go out there. Yeah, go out there and just cheer for your teammates, bro.
And Carnell Tate cleaning up some abnormities about his 40 time.
Listen, man, I give Carnell Tate credit because he actually ran and he knew he not fast. He not no burner. It wasn't ever going to be any faster than that. That's not his game, man. He a technician, bro. He's a separator. He gonna get open with routes. You're not a 4.4 guy. It's okay, brother.
He could have ran a 4.62. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are trying to cap for him though. Like
because that's what people do, man.
All of a sudden, like Adam Schefter. I reached out to all these people.
Y'all saw the Ruben Bain arm length detraction. Like, we had 3 people that said that his arms rolled out. Like,
it's Adam Schefter on the roll. You saw Mike Florio called him out for it, and then Adam Schefter went back at him. He's like, no, I actually had these real sources.
Them agents be doing this right here.
Yeah.
This time of year.
Hell yeah. Hey. I need you to go ahead and put them shits to rest, bro. Put them shits to bed.
Just like quick. Teams be like, hey, go ahead and nuke this prospect real quick. We're going to find us a nice little low-key publication and go ahead and post this write-up. We don't even got to make the write-up. We got the write-up for you. Hey, go ahead and nuke this prospect real quick.
Hell yeah. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll toss you something down the road, bro. I got you. Just make sure you plant this seed for me real quick. So be careful. Be careful.
And Lou, to your point about this linebacker class, Mike Renner brought up a great point too, that this probably like one of the best off seasons of all time to need a linebacker because it's not just the draft, it's the free agency class too. Because the 2022 linebacker draft class that we liked a lot of them are hitting free agency now. Yep. So it's a and then Bobby Okereke just got released by the Giants. It's a crazy pool of linebacker talent if you need one, and we for sure need at least one.
And the question is, are they going to go shopping for one? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't do anything that we think they're going to do at linebacker.
I mean, I've seen from 2 different reports that we're targeting running back and linebacker. I forgot what the third one. The first report said running back, linebacker, and I think tight end. Then the second one said just linebacker and running back, and then John Com said corner. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I've heard edge, corner, and edge, corner, and receiver.
Which means that they not hearing shit for real. They saying all our needs out loud. Yeah. They're saying all our needs out loud. Hey, they could use this guy. They could use this guy. Oh, who's available? Adafe Owe, Alante Taylor, Tariq Woolen. Like
it's so easy because we need everything. We need
everything. You can't go wrong if you just say, well, they could do this or they could do that.
Hey, when the media do that, it's the equivalent to when you tell someone the streets was talking. Like, you are the streets, bro. Like, there's no one else is saying this shit. You did not walk in the room and see the free agent board in the mock off-season board, bro. You are the streets, John Kime.
I love it.
We're looking for a thumper at running back.
Well, that was
Matthew
your boy.
Berry's
That was your boy, Matthew Berry, right?
Yeah, he had a few in there.
He said a thumper and then mentioned Jeremiah Love. I'm like, we wouldn't consider him a thumper.
I mean,
I don't think anyone would consider him. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's capable of thump.
Yeah.
When you're 6'1", 215, running 4.36, my God, you probably got some thump in you. You know what I'm saying, Pauls?
Yeah. We got
it was
restricted free agent Chris Rodriguez on the tender. You know, that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve Rob, you fighting for his life
every year that man.
And then towards the end of the season, he ball out, and then we start the process right over again.
He a seasonal employee legend, bro.
Yeah, we do this man dirty every year, bro. He got Stockholm syndrome, man. 'Cause we be abusing the hell out of C-Rod. And he come back every time. Day 2 featured the DBs and tight ends. So corners, safeties, and tight ends. Anybody stand out amongst this group? Anybody disappoint amongst this group? And what were your overall impressions of day 2?
I've never seen safeties move this fast before.
Yeah,
I've never seen safeties move this fast before, and that made me feel like, yeah, I see why Caleb Downs ain't run to 40, bro. Because Caleb Downs,
it would have looked bad.
He's not a measured. Yeah. He's not a measurables guy. He's safety. Carnell Tate, except Carnell Tate has good size though, but it would have looked real nasty. Oh, fastest safety class ever. He go out run 4.59 or some shit. I see why he didn't. Hey, that white boy from Oregon that's a bad boy, man. For those of you who just think that's just a fast white boy at the combine, no, the tape matches.
He's not Trey Apke. He's not Trey Apke. He's going top 25.
That is the next best safety in the class, and he's going in the first round.
Yeah, Dylan Thieneman is absolutely a first round safety without question. And
boxes checked.
To your point about this group, they were flying, man. And again,
they did the drills well too. Like it was amazing. It was a great day.
Crispy.
It was. They put on a show, and even the dude that looked like our old friend, what was the dude that came here and wanted Sean Taylor's number?
Landon Collins.
Landon Collins, yeah.
Oh boy.
AJ Halsey looks just like him.
Oh, the LSU. The LSU.
He 215. It ain't too many 215 safeties in this draft.
He could fly too.
Boy, he ran 4.53 at 5'11", basically 6 feet, 215. And his hands are stupid. Like these dudes can catch, man. Mm-hmm. I was really impressed with a lot of these dudes, and just seeing the height on some of them too. Like, you know, a lot of them have these corner builds, but this ain't 5'11" or 5'10", you know, 193 safeties.
That Toledo boy, seeing him up close, that's a specimen right there.
Yeah, it's I mean, Thieneman is pretty big too, man. Like, what is it? He's 6 feet 201.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not a small safety, and the safety class made me feel like there might be something nice and fire at 71 waiting for
us.
Very likely.
Your boy, you like Kamari Ramsey, right?
Yeah, out of USC.
Yeah, he went out. He ran 4.47, man, at 6 feet and a quarter, 202, man.
Yes, sir.
Like,
yes, sir.
It was a lot of good stuff. Jalen Kilgore was super impressive for a guy that they're calling a nickel.
Yeah,
like 6'1".
Yes,
in 3/8 at 210 pounds, running a 4.4 flat.
Hey man, we couldn't get we ain't get Demon Worry, bro. We about to get Dollar Store Demon Worry, bro. Give me Kilgore, bro.
Bud Clark looked good. Like
TCU.
I thought that a lot of guys went out there and they looked apart, man. To your point, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 6'3.5", 201 pounds, ran a 4.53, which is crazy. And these guys have elite ball skills too. So I didn't know AJ Terrell's brother was in this draft.
Yeah, he's tough. Good. No, he's tough. He's tough. That's a first round pick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
That's my Westlake boy. I don't know how Clemson keep taking him out our backyard, but that's another one of them ones.
AV Terrell.
Yeah, he looked like, you know how a lot of times the little bro better than the big bro? This might be one of those instances, right here.
He feel like a Dallas Cowboy to me, man.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Tell me you can't see that. He feel like a Cowboy. Yeah, they got two first. They got 2 nice ass picks in the first round too.
Yeah,
that makes so much sense. They don't have Diggs no more. That's probably a wrap. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought one of the best performances of day 2 came from Malik Muhammad of Texas. I thought he was fantastic. I mean, wow. I was blown away. I can't wait to watch his tape to see if it matches.
He had more hype going into the 2025 season. I don't know what happened in 2025. I haven't watched his tape like that either, but he had more hype going in.
Yeah. I gotta see what's going on with him because boy, I thought he had himself a day. Tight ends, did any of them stick out to you?
Whew. Which one?
Oh yeah.
Sadiq, King Sadiq from he's a dog. So, but he's just gonna be out of our range. So that's the unfortunate part.
I mean, he ain't out of our range as much as
in the first round.
We ain't right. We just ain't trying to take him at 7. That's,
I guess he's top 12 though.
Yeah.
He going top 12.
Yeah, taking a tight end at 7. I mean, of course, Jeremiah Love, I wouldn't mind. Cardinal Tate, I wouldn't mind at 7. Jordan Tyson. There's a couple offensive players I wouldn't mind at 7, but yeah, Sadiq at 7 is a little tough. But I mean, we need tight end bad. We need every position out there. But yeah, 4.340 is crazy. He's a superb athlete. So, I mean, but at 7 is tough. But yeah, no, he's a dog.
This is just a weird draft where some of the best players happen to be at positions we don't consider high positional value. Tight end, Kenyon Sadiq, Sonny Styles at linebacker, Caleb Downs at safety, Jeremiah Love at running back, bro. It's just a weird draft. And at a certain point, you just got to be like, just give me a great player. Because I really don't think Kenyon Sadiq's making it out of the top 12. I have a hard time thinking he's going to make it past the Chiefs for real. Like, it just makes too much sense.
Yo, Eli Stowers lit that shit up.
Oh, yeah, he killed it.
He did.
Oh,
if he can learn how to block a little bit.
I did not see that coming. I knew he was going to test well. I did not know he was going to test.
We got blockers at home, Rico.
We just turn him into a jumbo receiver.
We got blockers at home, bro. That boy,
just make him a better Jawan Jennings. I mean, maybe just make him a big receiver.
Because man, that boy got some juice.
Yeah, bro. You can't teach that. You can't replicate that.
Hell no.
That was insane. I mean, Kenyon Sadiq killed his, and then it would be like Eli Stowers. It was like somebody in between them two, wasn't it? Like Sadiq, some other guy, and then it'd be Stowers, and then Stowers would just break whatever potential record Sadiq.
Lou got notes. He probably got.
His name was Bowers Sharp of LSU. He was between
Poor
those
kid.
two. Yeah, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't
bad at all.
Lou got everybody's data. I like it. I love it.
Shouts out to Lou, man.
It was Bowers Sharp. And again, if we wasn't bad, it was a 4.63, like at 6'5",
really
basically. Yeah. At 6'5", 250, that's good, but not when you sandwich in between 4.39 and 4.51. A dude that jumped 43.5 on the vert and 11.1 on the broad, and the other dude jumped 11.3 on the broad and 45.5 on the vert. It's just, it's tough. That's
and that just reminded me too. Why do we only get to see the field drills in the 40s? Can we see the bench press? Can we see the verticals and the broads
and TikTok?
Yeah, we see like a little replay later. Like, can we see that live?
If it's a standout, if it's a standout one, they'll show you a highlight of it. But
yeah,
I mean, if they did that, you literally would be there all day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like literally all day.
Just do like a little simulcam, one half of the people doing that, and the other half,
Yeah, that bench press gets a little. There'll be hella profanities being yelled. They can hype them up. They can't show that. They got to show
it.
They got to show us that on the big tape delay.
I feel like my boy Zachariah Branch would have gotten a little bit more recognition if it was shown on TV. We gonna get there with the receivers.
He was moving, so he was moving that shit.
Yeah, he was scooting.
And he was lifting. His little ass was, what he do, 20 reps?
Yeah. Can we televise that a little bit?
20 reps on that's crazy.
Yeah. Not for somebody his size, for sure. We move on to day number 3.
Oh,
and this is the showcase day. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. We'll go out of order here. We'll start with the quarterbacks, get them out of the way real quick.
Please, get them out the way. Even though
they were sharp at the
combine.
This was one of the better throwing sessions that we've seen from a group that wasn't supposed to have cachet per se.
Yep. Them boys was coming to make a name for themselves, boy. They was throwing that shit.
Yeah, I was impressed. I highlighted out of the one. Let's see how many of these dudes actually threw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 quarterbacks that threw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I highlighted 8 of them as guys that I thought threw it pretty well throughout the course of the day. Well, 7 of them. 6 of them, actually. 2 of them, I looked at them as like, they could be some sort of athlete at the next level. They, one of them hasn't come to that realization yet, and bless his heart.
Arkansas
Taylor Green.
Yeah, Taylor Green. He hadn't gotten there yet. He hadn't realized your best path to
it's his day. His days are numbered. April's coming very soon.
Yeah. He's got to realize that somebody's gonna take him on the strength of being a quarterback first, and they're gonna give him a year or two to showcase that he's not a quarterback, and then they're gonna hit him with that. Hey, bro, what you think about running some wide receiver routes?
You might go crazy if we put you in over here. If we split you out wide,
he gonna have to become Terrell Pryor, or he gonna be in Ed's UFL quarterbacking his DC Defenders in 3 years.
I would love him as an undrafted free agent, man. 6'6", 227, nearly 230, running a 4.37 and a 43.5 vert, bro. Come on now, broad jump 11.02, insane, bro. Absolutely insane.
They talking about he could sneak into day 2 as a 3rd round pick because of those measurables and his athleticism. Somebody could
just athlete, not quarterback, just athlete.
That should not happen though.
It's not. I don't think it would.
That should not fucking happen.
I think he goes in the 4th round though. I think he goes in the 4th, no later than the 5th. I don't think he falls past the 5th round. Where did your boy from Jalen Milroe go last year to the Seahawks? What round did he go in?
He go in the 4th, 5th,
somewhere in there, right?
4th, 5th.
I think it was like a 4th. Yeah. I think it was a 4th.
It was 4th. Yeah, he got drafted before Shedeur, so he got the 4th round.
Yeah, if he can go in the 4th, I feel like
Shedeur.
The question was who didn't go before Shedeur.
Yeah, I think I went before.
It was third round, 92nd overall.
There you go.
Milroe was a 3rd rounder.
See, I'm telling you, if Milroe can go in the 3rd round, somebody might take this dude just off of raw athleticism and ability. So I can see it. But Drew Aller, Carson Beck, Cade Klubnik. I was like, Cade Klubnik. Klubnik was tossing the rock around, bro. Garrett Nussmeier.
Man, they was booing Carson Beck. That was a first for me.
Every time he got up to throw the football, I said, "This is crazy, bro."
Getting booed at the combine is nasty work. Oh my god!
Good job, Indiana. Y'all understood the assignment.
I mean, they was pulling the draws off of him.
Good job, Indiana. Even though that's weird though, like typically, like if you're the team that won, you don't care. They acting like Miami won. I don't know, but either way, I'm happy though. Good job, Indiana.
Ty Simpson, I thought he solidified himself as the 2nd quarterback in the draft.
He looked good.
He looked sharp, man.
Yeah,
a good pro day, and teams might start acting stupid.
I'm talking about 1st round.
Yeah. That'd be a good thing for us. Please do.
So those were the quarterbacks. And Haynes King, he could probably be the next Taysom Hill. I think
I can see that. I can see
4.46, 6, basically 6'3", 212 at 4.46. I think he could be the next Taysom Hill type.
So Sean Payton looking over there, the Broncos. Why not?
Yep. Because they already said, hey, get ready to play some special teams, bro. So, and I think he's one of them type dudes that he ready for it. So then we get to the running backs on day 3. And let me just say this: this is not a great running back draft class. Right. There are some interesting dudes. Before we get to the main attraction, how about this Mike Washington Jr.? I gotta watch this guy, man.
Oh, he's
6'1", 223, 4.33, 40
is insane. That's insane, bro. That only makes sense.
Oh man. What was the dude that went to Indiana that was drafted by the Falcons? I remember him. It was similar height, weight, speed. One of my favorite films to watch of a running back over the last decade. God, what was
how long ago?
This had to be about probably like a decade ago, probably like 2015.
No, I don't know why I was thinking Michael Turner. That's probably
No. This dude went to Indiana, man. And he was fast as shit coming out. And every time he touched it, it felt like in college, it was a touchdown. And the thing that made it fun when you watch,
they said Tevin Coleman, Lou.
Tevin Coleman,
Willie. Shout out Futuristic Willie.
Shout out to Futuristic Willie. Tevin Coleman, bro.
Tevin Coleman. Oh, he did go to Indiana.
That brother was fast as shit. And every time he touched it, you was like, is this one a touchdown? Is this one a touchdown? Because every time he got a crease, he was gone. And I'm hoping Mike Washington Jr.'s film is like that. Because DJ said that when he watched him, he was the fastest guy on film. Yeah, the fastest guy in the game every time. So he was hoping his speed matched up. Boy, did it ever. The two Notre Dame backs are the two best running backs in the draft.
Yeah, Price, and we already know who that guy is. Where is the love?
Yeah. So,
oh man,
what were your initial reactions? Because you knew he was going to do this.
Yes,
you knew he was going to do this, but then he went out and did it. And I'm not sure that he couldn't have even done better. You know what I mean? What were you guys' reaction to seeing what Jeremiah Love did?
I just love the competitive part. Like we talked about this, all of us talked about this last week with the defensive lineman, and then we heard that Jeremiah Love would test. And just the fact that the better guys of the draft that don't need this combine at all, just wanted to go out there and compete. And then on top of that, he ran a 4.37 at first. That was already great. And then he still went out there and ran it again and did slightly better, ended up with a 4.36. So for me, it's more his mental makeup that I feel like is a winner for him leaving this combine than even his physical. Because we know from the tape, you know, from him reaching 22 miles per hour before on a 98-yard touchdown run, you know he's fast. That we didn't need that for that. But I mean, the mental makeup to go out there and compete and to assert his dominance. Like, I am the best running back in this draft class. I love that.
Yeah. My takeaway, my biggest takeaway was, we ain't getting him at 7, man. Like, shit, man. You needed one of these dudes to go out there and, like, not necessarily stink it up, but just be average. And every single one of the dudes that we needed to go out there and just be average went out there and crushed it. And it just, I feel like it leaves you with Ruben Bain. Like, I feel like he's going to be the odd man out when it's all said and done. And you gotta be okay with Ruben Bain. And if you're not, you're going to be disappointed. If you are okay, and there's a lot of people that are high on Ruben Bain. I saw a report where a guy was like, and I hate this shit this time of the year, the anonymous NFC defensive coach or that shit.
They try to make it sound specific and trustworthy by saying it's a specific title attached to it.
Yeah,
like,
that shit bothers me this time of the year. You're gonna hear that every single day when they're talking about stuff. So, but the anonymous NFC defensive coach said that he could be the next Aaron Donald at defensive end. Undersized, people counting him out, but all he does is win. And you know, you listen to Daniel Jeremiah, and he's like, bro.
And they said the league loves him too. Yeah.
Every dude that he had a write-up on that played against Ruben Bain, he wrote, struggled with Bain, right? And he at the combine, he said, I don't have any hobbies.
I just play football.
I just play football. This is it. I don't got nothing else. This shit my life. You know, they love that. They eat that shit up. So
I know Adam Peters gave him the commander tag immediately.
He gave him a gold edition, not just the burgundy one. He gave him the gold edition.
One that he can keep even if we don't draft him. He's like, you still a commander, bro. You still a commander.
You're always a commander in our heart. Right? So,
but to your point though about one of these guys that we want to fall, we're gonna talk about it. You know, with the offensive line part of the draft. Some of those offensive linemen starting to rise now. It might be 1 or 2 that go before our pick.
Hey, I don't know how it's going to turn out before 7. Someone has to be there at 7. When it comes to Jeremiah Love, sometimes you just know it when you see it, and you see it every time he touches a football field, and even in the underwear Olympics, you see it. He was the clear main character on the field that day, and he more than surpassed the expectations they thought he was going to put on a show. He did, and the field drills were just as fire as the 40. The boy's sharp. He do
Yeah,
this.
no, he confirmed everything, and then I saw the edit with him next to Bill, like in a number. I know he wouldn't get the number 4 jersey, but it looks so clean. Like
He can have that. He can have
I
that.
say,
shit.
Lou, hey, Lou Boo, let me talk to you.
Hey, Lou Boo, let me introduce you to the 50s.
You can do 44 twice as good, Lou Boo.
Yeah,
Don't give him Riggins. Don't give him Riggins. Somebody gonna jump you.
I'm about to say, hey, Rico, they gonna take you out back. Boy.
They don't play about the diesel. They don't do that.
They're gonna take you out back now.
He can get the number 2. Marshawn Lattimore finally got released, so he can take that number 2. He can at least stay in the single. At least let him get
solid.
that.
That's solid.
But no, Love confirmed everything, man. The 4.340 and then the catch and drills. Like he's got like 15 pounds of Jahmyr Gibbs, still ran the same speed 4.36. Like he checks all the boxes. So I was like, yeah. When I saw that pick 7, yeah, I know the defense is terrible, but getting Love at 7, like it's definitely justified for me.
Yep. I forgot who said it too. Somebody a few weeks ago, and I mentioned it on the live stream, said that Jeremiah Love is literally just a way heavier Jahmyr Gibbs. He has the same speed with the same weight. And that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Ed. That I mean, he's that fast, but that much bigger than Jahmyr Gibbs. That's why we're having talks about him because he's the best running back prospect coming out of the draft since. And you're going past Genty. A lot of people are going past, of course, Jahmyr Gibbs, going past a lot of these running backs we wanted free agency, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall. People are going back to Saquon and Christian McCaffrey and stuff like that.
Yeah, but no, you can see the hurdling. He loves to hurdle, and then the spin move where he broke somebody.
You got to stop that when he gets to that, that hurdling stuff.
He'll hurdle you quick, and he loves to spin.
He's too excited to do the hurdle shit too. Like he wants to do it. Like he plans it.
I love to spin. If we get him, I would literally start a segment on my channel about the next victim to the spin. Like I love that spin.
He'll put you in a spin cycle quick.
Yeah, tap and circle every time.
Every time. And I also want to point out the fact that he had over 400 carries and only 1 fumble in his career too, bro. Insane.
Yeah, he's gonna be really.
Oh yeah, and then he put up 228 rushing yards on USC's defense, Eric Henderson's defense. Shout out to Eric Henderson. 228 rushing yards on our new D-line coach.
It's gonna be really fun seeing where all of this kind of settles and who ends up where and how. But I think Jeremiah Love punched his ticket to Tennessee with his performance, and that makes me sick to my stomach.
I think it is very likely.
Yeah, I think that's why they traded for Jermaine Johnson, so that they wouldn't need an edge rusher, so they could just draft whatever player they wanted. And I don't know if y'all saw the reporting. And again, it's Lion season, so believe half of what you see, none of what you hear, even if it's spat by me, your man Louie Tee. Like, you're gonna hear a bunch of reports. This team likes this guy. This team loves this guy. But I believe the Titans are looking at it's the same way we look at Jaden. They're looking at their quarterback, and they're saying we want to pair him with a dynamic running back to take some of the pressure off of him. And I think the best way to help Cam Ward right now is go get him a number one, which I think they might try to do in Alec Pierce because they got the money to do it, and then go get him a running back. And I think they're gonna go out and draft Jeremiah Love, and it's gonna piss me off. I ain't gonna lie, because I allow myself to get attached.
I mean, they got Tony Pollard, who's a darn good back.
1,000 yards last year. He ain't loved though.
Nah, he ain't love. He ain't love. It ain't love. It ain't love. I'm gonna tell you right now. The way it is gonna break down, you're picking between. First, let's finish this combine because I got it's a bunch of interesting conversations. So let's get to the receiver position. Whew, I got a lot to say about this position group because I was really disappointed in some of these dudes. Now, again, it's not going to change the way that I feel about them after I watch the film, right? The film is the film. Like that's the one thing that you always have to remind yourself of the combine. Don't get sucked into how a guy tests with no pads on, with no imminent threat of physical harm. You know, guys can go out and look like all-stars. What does the tape say, right? But there were certain dudes who I thought just had themselves fantastic days. I want to start with the guys that I was disappointed with, and you guys can tell me if you felt the same way. So there were two guys in particular that were supposed to be, and you could add in a third if you like, but I'm gonna cut him some slack because I didn't think he had the best thrown footballs to him throughout the course of the day, but he could have caught them. If you are who you say you are, and you are a guy that prides himself on having tremendous hands, and you're not the fastest guy, I expect you to make some of these catches. But I thought Elijah Surratt of Indiana and especially Denzel Boston had rough days.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
They could not catch claps in a whorehouse. They were struggling at the combine to catch the football. And I also thought that the anime character known as Makai Lemon at times looked like a lemon on Saturday, right? He dropped a few footballs as well. But I thought that, I meant to say this when we talked about the running backs. I thought there were, much like we talked about with Jacob Rodriguez, Jam Miller shocked the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah, he moves better than I thought. He don't look like that on tape.
Jam Miller ran a 4.42. I said, wait, what?
Stiff ass on. He's stiff as hell on tape.
I was like, wait, what? So now they said he was injured most of the year, so maybe I need to cut him some slack because I did not. You want to talk about a 40 I didn't see coming? I didn't see Jam Miller running a 4.42.
I watched a lot of Bama this year, and that shit did not look like that.
It never looked like that. Same here. Same here. I watched more than enough Bama to know it ain't never looked like that. Another guy that shocked me with his 40 time, and I think he solidified himself as a late first, early second, Omar Cooper Jr. That 4.40.
Oh, he's so good.
He is so good, and that 40
it is so
time,
weird how underrated he is being that talented on a national championship winning team. That is really weird.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good for a long time, I think. And that 40 time did him some justice. What were you guys' thoughts about the wide receiver position, and if there were any names that maybe stood out to you?
Chris Brazzell lit it up. Chris Brazzell looked really good, man. He moved so well for his size.
Yeah.
And
is he gonna break the Tennessee wide receiver curse? Because a lot of people feel like he can.
Them Tennessee wide receiver, Tennessee and TCU wide receivers scare the hell out of me, man. They terrify me. But he looks
he might break the curse.
He's
look
fluid.
Good.
He's fluid.
Yeah.
He don't you don't like a bunch of big guys. The way that they run, they look like big guys. His
looks
height,
clunky.
Yeah. It does. He looks like a fluid athlete, and he has natural hands. He looked great. He was probably one of my favorite performances I've seen out there from the wide receivers.
And you know I'm biased because even just beyond Zachariah, I mean, I honestly at his size, I thought he should have ran faster than
I was about to call you. I was about to ask you about who you about to say. I had questions, bro, because he was one of the best dudes out there at the receiver position.
Yeah, I thought he should have ran a little bit faster than that, the 40 time, but his drills were insane. And again, going back to the 20 bench reps, that was super. I did not expect him to do that. And then, of course, Ted Hurst, Georgia State, another biased one for me. I feel like he had the biggest adjustment catch. Like with the ball, I don't know what that was.
Oh, yeah, that was clean.
I don't know if that was partially his fault, not knowing where the ball was. Whatever that was, that adjustment he made to make that catch where he's turning and he doesn't even grab it with his body. Pure hands off to the side, full speed. I thought that was amazing. So he tested pretty well. It wasn't like absolutely insane, but he still came out with like a 9.92 relative athletic score. So I was really happy for those two guys. If anything, I'm actually a little sad because Ted Hurst probably won't be there at 71 like I was hoping and projected him to be before the combine started. Because I think ideally we get an elite player at 7, and then 71. My best case scenario was Ted Hurst, but I don't think that's very likely at this point.
I was going to ask you about Kobe Young. I needed some info on this dude because I thought he was spectacular on Saturday at 6'4" and 3/4, 218, running a 4.49. He caught everything, and he looks fluid as shit. And I'm like, where he been at? Where this dude coming from?
hurt, bro. He's been our best receiver. Zachariah Branch was like the super targets, giving the ball in the backfield guy. Yeah. If we needed a big play or a touchdown, it was Kobe Young, but he was hurt most of the year. And because we got him from Miami. I remember 2 years ago, we were like, whoa, like this guy's tall, and you can give him the ball in the backfield on a screen, and he can take it the distance. Like he's fast, he's like this super athlete. Yeah. But since coming to Georgia, you know, the Carson Beck year wasn't that good. There were a lot of drops from everybody. Offensive line wasn't holding up. That's why I don't blame Carson Beck too much, because it wasn't all his fault. There were a lot of drops, and then Kobe Young couldn't stay healthy. The talent is there, though. I think he's gonna go sometime day 3. Somebody's gonna get a sleeper in him as well.
Shit, I'd take a flyer on his ass.
For sure.
That dude he looked good, man. Like Jesus. I walked away saying, whoa. I don't know where he came from, because I watched a lot of Georgia. I don't recall seeing him at all this year. Yeah.
Hurt, man.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense.
Jeremy Bernard looked good that day too. Jeremy Bernard.
Jeremy Bernard surprised me.
Had a very good combine.
Yeah.
So I need to rely on y'all for this, because a lot of people in my chat told me this dude was ass, basically. I thought the best combine that I saw the entire weekend, again, removing the athletic freaks, right? They don't count. They're in a separate category of their own. The best combine performance I saw all weekend belonged to Jacoby Lane.
Oh, yeah.
We
did have a good combine.
The other USC receiver?
Which surprised me.
And so, can y'all give me a little background on him before I watch the film? Because a lot of people made me feel like he asked. Like, because I was like, I know everybody's on Makai Lemon, and rightfully so, but this guy was at 6'4" and 3/8, right? So another tremendously tall, rangy target at 200 pounds, ran a 4.47. And when I say he caught everything, the ball never hit the ground the entire day. Not one time when the ball was thrown to him. He made every acrobatic catch that, ball outside of his catch radius. He went up and got it outside of his frame. So what have you guys watched him indirectly watching Makai Lemon, or you guys don't know as much about him?
Literally that. Like, I have not taken the time to watch him specifically, but if you're not doing all 22, you just watching some USC highlights and stuff. Okay.
He wasn't as stiff as I thought he was, like on tape, like at the combine. Yeah. He looked really good at the combine.
Man, he was awesome. He was awesome.
I mean,
Ted Hurst
was really catch everything. Every team can use that. He's not making it that far.
Ted Hurst was also really good. I think you guys mentioned him too.
That's my boy.
All right,
he's not gonna be there at 71.
Nah, when you have that combination of height, weight, speed, you generally don't make it out of the second round. So, we'll see what happens. But a lot of interesting names of guys that. I heard about this KC Concepcion guy.
Oh, he's a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what I heard. He didn't run the 40, and he looks fast. I don't understand why you wouldn't run the 40.
He's plenty of football for. He can run the kicks back, and he's great with the ball in his hand.
I hate where people took his combine though, with the whole like focusing on the stutter rather than like how good he was.
Yeah,
that was annoying.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love KC Concepcion. Before, like a few weeks ago, I thought he was like a back end of the first round type of guy. So we'll see, I guess.
And another darling, just before we move on from the receivers, a lot of people fell in love with Bryce Lance. I wasn't blown away, right?
Everybody wants to see the Lance name get saved.
I mean, he definitely checks a lot of boxes, though. But I didn't necessarily walk away saying, "Oh my God," like a lot of people were. So he was another name that I just wanted to throw out there. We go to the O-line in day number 4. Any thoughts there on the offensive line to wrap up the combine?
I mean, I expected him to test well, so I guess that's why this is kind of weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm seeing Monroe Freeland top 5 in multiple mock drafts immediately after the combine, and I'm just confused as to why his combine performance did that. I mean, you already know he's like a high ceiling But relatively hurt last year a little bit as well. But even then, like he fought through it. Like there was a situation where he got hurt. He was supposed to miss like 3 or 4 weeks to recover. But then we ended up with other injuries, and he said, "Forget it, I'm gonna play next week." And then he played on the injury, and of course, I think him and CJ Allen, their tape suffered a little bit because both of them played hurt just for the greater good of the team. But if we're talking about pure ceiling tackle, most potential, Monroe Freeland is the highest ceiling tackle probably in the draft, other than the guy that we don't even know his age. I can't remember his last name right now. That's a weird situation where nobody can get a birth certificate or anything, but he's really talented too, though.
He had a great combine. I think you're talking about the Arizona State tackle.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Talking about Max Iheanacho.
However you pronounce his last name, bro. Those are two really talented tackles that are definitely going to go higher than people probably assume coming into the combine. And I mean, again, my main thing, Georgia Dog, of course, I love that, but Monroe Freeland going top 5 helps our chances of getting one of the players we really want so much. So I'm really rooting for it, even outside of just him being a bulldog.
They've been throwing him on the mocks really high too.
Yeah,
I think when you do what he did, because this was not an athletic group of offensive linemen. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So when you look at the group as a whole, the guys that did test well and move well stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I can tell you the guys that blew me away. Your guy from Georgia, Freeland.
Monroe Freeland. Yeah,
Monroe Freeland. Max Iheanacho from Arizona State, and then I thought the Utah tackle Spencer Fano was outstanding. Those are the 3 guys that moved so well, fluidly, looked the part of a big-time NFL prospect. A lot of these dudes may end up being really good, but those were the ones that really stuck out. Like, okay, Jalen Farmer also tested well, but he didn't move as well in the positional drills. So those were the guys that stuck out to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, they look legit. Logan Jones out of Iowa, DJ said is a plug-and-play center. Go figure, Iowa. He tested really well too.
That sounds about right.
He's up 300 pounds though. He's 299, so he's a little light. But
Wisconsin and Iowa, man, those offensive
you can't really go wrong. You can't really go wrong with them dudes. So anything you want to add, Rio or Ed?
To your point, bro, we need a center, so maybe a day 3 guy.
He said it was about 4 plug-and-play centers from this draft on the interior. He thinks it's a strong interior class of offensive linemen in this draft, and he thinks that there will be 1 or 2 of them still left come day 3. It'll be early day 3, which we don't have a 4th round pick.
I was just seeing possibly go ahead of us to push someone down the board. That's all I was watching for.
Yeah. So
that's what's so fun about free agency, because we're gonna know going into that draft exactly what we looking
what
at.
we need. Yep.
We gonna know exactly what they're targeting.
So based off of that, last week, our number 7 overall selections went like this. Ed had us taking Ruben Bain. Rio had us taking Caleb Downs. Rico had us taking Jeremiah Love. And I had us taking Sonny Styles. We are now in week 2. Where does everybody reside? We'll start with you, Ed. Who is your pick at 7 for the Commanders after the combine has taken place?
I think we went right before Jeremiah Love formed, did his combine. So I'm going with Jeremiah Love. Off of that, I'm hoping he gets to pick 7, but it like you guys said, it doesn't look like he may not get to pick 7. But I still do like Ruben Bain at that pick, but I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Love right now.
Rio.
Still rolling with Caleb Downs as the pick at 7.
That shit seemed realistic as hell. Y'all had anything to say about the rumors that were circulating about him?
I made a video about it. I was hoping it was Cap. I mean, I'm glad that nobody really doubled down on that shit. I hope that's not the case. It sounds like somebody in the 20s is floating some shit to get him to go there.
Yeah. So
Yep,
literally,
Well,
the
the bottom of
dude
the
that,
report said that there's been reports of players with that in the past, and they've still gone on to have good careers. So a lot of people don't really care about it.
yeah, I ain't trying to have that at 7 though.
Yeah.
Like,
If it's if that's the case, yeah, I'm changing my pick next week.
I say
we'll
it's between
we'll
the safety and an injury. Yeah, that's 2 strikes potentially.
He mess around and don't run at his pro day or something. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, now it's some issues here. Rico, you had Love last week. Did that change?
Nah, I think if he makes it past Tennessee, if they go big receiver, offensive lineman or something, I think we still good. Still on schedule.
All right, so Love for Rico, and I'm gonna have to change my pick to Ruben Bain, man. I just don't think any of these guys are gonna be there by the time.
Yeah, I was like, out of all of ours, I think Sonny Styles, man,
Sonny Styles, I think,
Sonny
helped
Styles,
himself the most. When we went into the combine, there was no way he wouldn't be there at 7. Like,
I felt the exact same way.
Yeah. Going into the combine, Jeremiah Love and Sonny Styles would both be there, right? After the combine, I was still talking that shit because I wanted to talk myself into, oh no, they'll be there, right? Somebody asked me, what's the percentage that Love is there? I'm like, it's 99%. I would say 100, but there's a chance. And then I went to sleep that night and I was like, bro, why are you lying to yourself? Why are you lying to yourself? He ain't going to be there at 7, and you know it. Neither is Sonny Styles at this point. There's a chance Sonny Styles gets to us. Because in my mind, I'm like, all of these dudes can't go, man. Somebody got to take an offensive lineman. Somebody got to do some shit we don't see coming. But right now, I'm going to go with Ruben Bain because I think he's the odd man out. And I can see us falling in love because we would have taken Oladejo last year had he fallen to us just because of how he talked and he went to UCLA.
Would have.
So
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Bain might have talked himself into the 7th pick if he falls to us. So, all right. Rico had a great text message to us this week, and it was very provocative in nature. And somebody even asked me about this. They didn't have the exact layout of in the framework for a trade, but I wanted to show this on screen and get you guys' reaction to it. So Rico sent this to us in our chat.
I say, mind you, this came from the Viking side. This is not like a Commanders fan trying to manufacture a fake trade in our favor. This came from the Vikings.
It's at the top. It says Vikings trade. It does not say Commanders trade. So
why would they do that?
So
why would they do that?
So why would they do that? Would be they are in cap hell. The Vikings are. And
it's bad.
Oh, it's
really
bad.
They
Jonathan Allen.
They just cut Jonathan Allen. They cut the defensive tackle.
Von Hargrave.
Aaron Jones.
They cut Aaron Jones.
Yeah, TJ Hawkins
still in the negative.
Yep. So this is why they would do that, right? Because you can get you some cheap labor at 7. You can replace the edge rusher you just moved on from, theoretically speaking, at 7, right? And reduce the cap number, get yourself under the cap, all of that good stuff. That's why you would do something like this. Would you do it if you were the Commanders? Would you do this?
Who's on the board? When did they send this?
You don't know. Like if we're at the draft and Ruben Bain is on the board and they want Ruben Bain and none of the other guys are there. Yeah.
I do that shit. Hell yeah.
But that's the thing.
Literally,
you don't know, right? You can't.
Yeah, okay.
We can't play that game. Would you do it right now today? Would you make this trade?
Nah.
No.
Only in the scenario where we're at 7 and Ruben Bain is left. There's no Sonny Styles, there's no Jeremiah Love, no Reese, no Bailey. But right now, nah. No.
Yeah, Jeremy Fowler said that they would take a day 3 pick too. So day 2. They would take a day 2 pick. So you would give up a first when they're willing to take a day 2 pick. It's not smart.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could trade your 2nd round pick and get him. You don't have to give up your.
So
but I wouldn't do this just off the strength of we have a chance to get an elite blue chip prospect. Like as good as Jonathan Grenard is, he's not an elite blue chip prospect. He's really good now. Don't get me wrong. He's way, way, way better than anything we have. Right? But you got a chance to get Jeremiah Love. How many 6'1", 215-pound, 4.37 running backs are there in the NFL?
Right.
Not many. I mean, after this draft,
has Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he don't have a route running, but he has the receiving potential. Like it's insane. He's almost two positions.
And then you got a chance to draft Sonny Styles. How many 6'5", 245-pound, 4.46?
He's even more alien.
Aliens. Exactly.
He's even more alien than Love.
You can't pass up the opportunity to potentially do
I mean, I think people also, another reason why I don't think Sonny Styles is going to get to us is that people with those measurements and that athleticism are going to start to be like, I know you didn't do it in college, but we might start to ask you to, learn a little bit of that edge rushing a little bit. And maybe by year 3, he turns into one of the best edge rushers from this class looking back. I would not be surprised.
It wouldn't shock me either. It would not shock me in the least.
You get an elite off-ball linebacker. People compare him to Fred Warner for year 1 and 2. Year 3 and beyond, he turns into one of the better edge rushers in the NFL, bro. Sonny Styles, yeah. I'm not taking Jonathan Grenard and a bunch of picks over Sonny Styles for sure.
What about you, Ed?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. So, like you said, he's a great player. I think he had a shoulder injury and he aggravated it. But he had 12 and a half sacks for 2 years. It was a dog with the Texans, dog with the Vikings, and Durante Jones, a familiarity with Durante Jones. So, if he is changing to a 3-4, Jonathan Grenard would be one of those guys could definitely help out and have a quick transition to help out Durante Jones with some familiarity there. But no, he's a dog. He had 3 sacks against the Texans in 2024 in one game. And he's a captain, so he fits the Commander's tag and the character-wise as well. But yeah, like I said, like Jeremy Fowler reported that the Vikings are looking for a day 2 pick, so it wouldn't make sense to give up a first-round pick, even though you are getting the 4th-round pick. Like, if you could dangle around the 3rd, I'd be more willing to give up a 3rd rather than do this. Like, there's too many blue-chip guys that could be available at 7, like Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, David Bailey, if he fools around and drops to pick 7. So if you see one of those guys drop to pick 7, you'd be like, oh, man, we could have just got a blue-chip guy with our original pick. Right. Instead of trading back. So, but no, I would love, and there's a small possibility he may get released. I do think he gets traded because he's super talented. But there is a small chance that he may get released. And if you do, like, say, if you wait out a week or 2 around March 9th, which is next week, the legal tampering day, and he is released because nobody traded for him, then you would be, kicking yourself in the foot too, because you could have just waited.
Okay.
And he's looking for a new contract too. I think he's like at 18 mil right now, if I'm not mistaken. So he's looking for a new deal. So you got to pay him too, which we have the money to do it, but it's another guy you got to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also add too, like free agency. Like we have so many options in free agency, man, with the Hendrickson, Adafe Owe, and I wouldn't necessarily look at a Khalil Mack necessarily, but Jalen Phillips and Boye Mafe. I mean, there's just so many random options out there that why give up a draft pick for somebody that's similar? Like, it would be different if we're talking about maybe like a Max Crosby level guy. And as much as I like Jonathan Grenard, I think he's comparable to a lot of those guys that are available in free agency that you don't have to give up draft picks for.
There's so many interesting things that are going to come out here, but the overarching theme, I think we all agree, the opportunity to draft a potential blue chip game changer is too enticing to pass up, right? Even though you're getting an established edge rusher in Jonathan Grenard, you're still going to have a first-round pick. You're just moving back in the first round while adding a guy like Jonathan Grenard. And we don't have a 4th-round pick. So you would be adding an additional pick in a round where we don't even have a selection. All of that is enticing, but this package doesn't exceed the chance at getting a Jeremiah Love, a Sonny Styles, a Arvell Reese or a David Bailey. It doesn't. So we earned the right to have a chance at one of those guys.
Yep.
Which we didn't win in week 18. We have an
Should have
even
had
better
a better
shot.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
exactly. But
I don't think we were the 7th worst team in the NFL after all of the injuries happened. I think we were definitely worse than that. So I feel like we deserve a better pick, but that's what you get for beating the Giants and Eagles.
Yeah, when you want to win games, you have no business winning.
Yeah, you had to get second place in the tournament. So you had
to not first place. Unfortunately.
It's terrible, bro.
So let's now talk about what the Commanders have done in free agency. All right. Commanders have re-signed both Nick Allegretti and Andrew Wiley
through 2027, right? Both extensions.
Yes, both 2-year deals for each of those guys. They've also re-upped with each of their defensive linemen that they signed to 1-year deals in Shy Tuttle and Dietrich Wise.
So trenches handled.
Yep. So now the question becomes, what do you see the Commanders doing prior to free agency from a Commander standpoint? Any other guys you see them signing prior to free agency getting underway? And then what do you see them actually doing once the tampering period begins on March 9th, which is Monday?
Well, the Dietrich Wise signing, he as himself in a vacuum is a solid player. He can set the edge, stop the run. The reason I'm excited about the signing more so is because it does enable us to lean more towards a pure pass rusher, potentially in free agency or the draft. Like if you're somebody that wants a David Bailey or Arvell Reese, I don't think they're going to make it to 7, but over guys like a Keldrick Folk, the more pass rushy guys versus the run stop and edge setting guys, having a Dietrich Wise is kind of like an insurance backup plan just in case if you go serious pass rusher with your elite swing at edge rusher in free agency or the draft or whatever. So Dietrich Wise kind of gives us a more of a green light to go pure pass rusher this offseason when we do our big swing. So maybe like an Odafe Owe in free agency or whatever. You don't have to be concerned, well, can he stop the run? Can he set? Nah, we can just go pure pass rush juice now that you have Dietrich Wise winning out as a backup. Because, he was doing a good job even collapsing the pocket. And then as soon as he got hurt, our run defense went from like top 5 to like bottom 5 immediately. And then it stayed that way for the rest of the year. So Dietrich Wise is more important to this team than people probably think.
Yeah, I don't think they give him enough credit for, what he brought to the table and what he meant to this team early on. Are there any surprises of guys that are available that you didn't think would make it to free agency that could be in the wheelhouse of the Commanders?
But no, I'll chime in on Dietrich Wise too. That is a good signing. They had big plans for him. They really brought him as the edge setter, the run stopper, the upgrade over what we had the year before. I know Dante Fowler had 10 sacks, but we focused on stopping the run. It was like, how are you going to stop the run after that Eagles NFC Championship game? That was the main focus, was setting an edge and stopping the run. And Dietrich Wise was supposed to be that guy. I'm not hyping him up like he was a great player, but he was really big in their plans last year. And then as far as Shy Tuttle, he had 2 tackles on the season. So, there's not much you can really say. He's more of a depth piece. We'll see if he makes the roster, the 53-man roster or not. He'll be competing with Ricky Barber for that, 5th or 6th defensive tackle rotation behind Johnny Newton. And then the 2 offensive linemen, Wiley and Allegretti. I didn't watch the press conference, but Wiley is, he's a good backup. That's what he is. He's been a starter for years with the Chiefs here. 2024, he had a good year, allowed 0 sacks. He's typically healthy for the most part. He's a guy that you can rely on to come in and play guard, right tackle, a little bit of left tackle, whatever you need. He has positional versatility there. And then Nick Allegretti, same thing. Nick Allegretti got benched at one point, but he's a good backup. Played center in the last 2 tournament games. And then, so yeah, you got a good rotation with those guys back there. I would not have him start at center. I know some people have been implying that that he could start at center, but I'd rather him not. I'd rather get an outside guy to replace Tyler Biotic. But those are good, reasonable deals. They were actually on the trade block before the trade deadline, and we ended up keeping them and extending them this year. But yeah, they're two good value backups that have been in the league for a while. Both are Super Bowl winners and were a solid part of that NFC Championship run that we had back in 2024 as starters.
Rumor, go ahead, Rico.
I just wanted to point out between Tuttle and Wise, it's weird that we look at Tuttle as like maybe he can crack the roster. Maybe there's some potential there. And then Wise is like the super old veteran that we know what he is, but they're only a year apart, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, no, Shot Tuttle is absolutely on this football team. He's going to take over the Eddie Goldman role, right? As that fourth defensive tackle. He's absolutely on this football team. Dietrich Wise, they loved him last year. They loved him for the locker room. Even when he got hurt, he never left. He stayed in Washington. He was always at the facility rehabbing. They think the world of him. So I was expecting this to take place. But a couple more topics on this team. I know you guys have heard the rumor that this team is not going to re-sign offensive guard Chris Paul. And Rico, you opened my eyes last week. I said this on my show after our stream last week. You made the comment, and I think it was a throwaway line from you, but you made the comment like, he's going to have a market. Like, there are other teams that are going to look at Chris Paul and feel like, shit, he could help our offensive line out. And that didn't dawn on me. I'm like, it's Chris Paul, bro. Like, of all of the Rivera dudes that were here, I'm like, what is Chris Paul still doing here anyway? Before last season, I'm like, why is Chris Paul still here? And then all of a sudden, he turns into this unsung hero last year. And the market for him is anywhere from $8 to $15 million a year. They're not paying him that.
They're not.
And if I'm Chris Paul, I'm not accepting any lowball offer. Because I think the Commanders went to him and said, hey, we'll give you a 3-year, $19 million deal. That's 6 and some change. I think I can get 9 or 10 million. I could get this 3-year, $33 million deal. All you're offering me is 19? Yeah, right. I'm going to free agency. I'm going to try my luck there. I don't think he's going to be
not even just money too, just opportunity. Because I really do believe Brandon Coleman is a better fit moving to this zone run scheme. He's more mobile. Chris Paul, maybe you could argue, is the better pure blocker today. But as far as guys getting to that next level to get to them linebackers and DBs, Brandon Coleman is far better suited for that. That's the reason we cut Tyler Biotic. They feel like he's not mobile enough to get to the next level. That's why they're looking for a more mobile center right now. So I love Chris Paul, and I would love for him to stay. But, I mean, we can't keep him a secret after he started with like 15 games for us last year or something like that. And it didn't look like one of our better offensive linemen for a lot of those games. Like some people would say statistically he outplayed Samuel Cosme some games. Like I just feel like he played too well. That was the problem. He played too well. Now he's going to go elsewhere to start. There's too many teams out there that need a left guard right now. He's going to get an opportunity somewhere. Somebody's going to get a steal and a great player. I mean, more power to him. Salute to him. It sucks. It sucks that it has to go this way because it feels like last year kind of felt like a rental. It never really felt like he was ours.
Right.
And it always felt like, he's looking over his shoulder. Maybe Brandon Coleman's now, maybe it's the week Brandon Coleman starts or something like that. At least that's how I viewed it. So it does seem abrupt. They're like, Chris Paul's not here all of a sudden. What just happened?
Yeah. It sucks because he really, really had a shot. Like, and he took advantage of it, full advantage of it. But I think the worst thing that could have happened to him was this scheme change, because he's not a great fit athletically for a zone run blocking scheme. And so could he have adjusted and adapted, still been? I think so. The money would have had to been right. But they've always made it clear that they wanted Brandon Coleman to start at some point on this offensive line. And so many people thought, oh, well, they got rid of Tyler Biadasz. That must mean that Brandon Coleman's going to play center. No. Brandon Coleman's a guard. He's not a center. And I think he's going to get his opportunity. Now the question becomes, who's starting at center? Are they really going to roll with Nick Allegretti, or are they going to find themselves a free agent center? Or are they going to go in the draft? It's hard for me to fathom that they want a rookie center starting.
Yeah.
They've had a rookie starting on the offensive line for each of Jaden's first 2 seasons in the league. And last year, the rookie arguably almost got him killed.
Yep.
It was the reason that Jaden got hurt early in the season because of the struggles of Josh Conley Jr. And last year, we had to protect both tackles, or 2024, we had to protect both tackles, including a rookie left tackle in Brandon Coleman. So I doubt, and you know how important a center is, and now you're making a scheme change, and you know there's going to be so many different things that you have going on. I just don't know if a rookie center makes a ton of sense for them here. So it feels like a veteran's going to be brought in, but you just never know.
I just don't think it's going to be Linderbaum, because I think teams are going to be outbidding each other for him. And I like him a lot. And if we somehow got him, I'd be happy, but I don't love him like to where the extent of some people have him as like a top 5, top 10 free agent, regardless of position. I don't like him that much at center. So go ahead and let some other team overpay for him. And then that leaves, other Connor McGovern, or, I guess me being a biased Georgia Bulldog, Cade Mays would be interesting. But none of those options are exciting to me. Like where we know we got a solidified center, but at the same time, the way we cut Tyler Biadasz so early, they must already know from talking to somebody's agent at the combine that we got somebody in the bag on the way, guaranteed. Because why not just wait till later to cut them?
That's the way I feel. I think you nailed it. You're spot on. Like they have to have had a plan in place to go ahead and
handshake agreement, something.
They moved on from him way too fast for someone that you didn't have a replacement for. You had to have a plan in place. So it's going to be really fascinating to see what that plan actually is. It might just, I think it's going to be a veteran. It's hard because you can't cut a guy and then just assume we're going to draft somebody in the draft. You don't know. You only have 6 picks. It'd be one thing if we had 12 picks. You could ensure that you were going to get yourself a center. We can't ensure anything. You have 1 pick in day 2. You have 2 picks in the first 2 days. And then you don't have a day 3, 4th round pick. You have a bunch of picks rounds 5 through 7. Like, I can't imagine that their plan is, we'll get a safety, a center in the draft. It's got to be a veteran. It's got to be.
So back to Chris Paul, I just want to say congrats to him too, man. And I'm happy for him to, he was a Ron Rivera draft pick at that too. So
exactly.
7th round draft pick.
To get something out of a Ron draft pick is remarkable for sure. So good for him, man. I would love to bring him back. And they asked about Chris Paul at the combine. Adam Peters, I think they asked Dan Quinn too. And, they didn't say anything like we would love to have him back. They just said that he had a good season. So that was kind of telling there too.
Yep.
But he's just going to be out of our price range, which is unfortunate, but it is good to see that, we developed somebody. But maybe they may be willing to pay him $10 million, but I highly doubt it. He most likely is going to be gone because there's big time national beat reporters who are naming him on that watch list for like top offensive linemen and whatnot. So his name is definitely out there for sure. He's definitely gonna be out of there. Center, Michael Dieter, he's not going to start, but he's back into the fold. He's probly back on the roster now.
Don't do that, Ed. Ed, don't do that, Ed. Ed, don't do me like that, Ed. Come on, man. We got to be on the same squad here, man. Don't do your kid like that, man. Don't do your man like that, bro.
No, he'll probably be on the practice squad if he's not on the practice squad now. I don't know if he's still on the 90-man roster coming up with training camp and OTAs and whatnot. But No, we got to go outside. I
You're
know
right, Jaden.
the Lions did release Graham Glasgow. He's like 33. So I don't know if there's any familiarity there with Blau. And
Lance Newmark. Let's say Lance
Newmark. So I mean, he would be a stopgap. He'd be like a 1 or 2 year guy, but he's a veteran that knows what he's doing. Get on the same page with Jane Daniels, so that could be a stopgap guy. But Linderbaum, I think he once again he's out of our price range, and I think the Ravens. It's kind of like with the left tackle Staley. Like we were rumored to get Staley, or I think if Staley didn't go back to the Ravens, I think we were going to get him instead of trading for Laramie Tunsil. I think that was Plan A. But Plan B was great with getting Tunsil through trade. So I think the same thing's going to happen with the Ravens, where Linderbaum just ends up going back.
Did you guys hear about them not tendering the kicker?
Oh yeah, Jake Moody.
Jake Moody did not receive a tender, which makes sense, right? Like for those of you who don't understand how the tender process works in the NFL, it works like this. You can first round tender a player, and there's an attached number, attached salary to that first round tender. So for the first round tender this year, it's $7 million, right? Roughly $7 million, right? So you put that tender on a guy. If a team signs him to an offer sheet, you can then match that offer. If you don't, then that team has to give you a first round pick, right? You're not doing that with a kicker. No one's signing a kicker to an offer sheet. So you don't put a first round tender on it. And you're not paying a kicker $7 million. Anyway, we went down that road last year and it didn't work out for us. Second round tender is same concept, same premise. This time the team would have to, the team that signs them to an offer sheet, if you don't match, would have to give you a second round pick. The second round tender has a $5 million price tag attached to it. So if nobody signs him to an offer sheet, that tender then turns into a $5 million contract for one season. Again, we did that last year with Matt Gay and it didn't work. So you're not doing that. And then there's the original tender, right? The original draft tender, the original round tender, excuse me. So the original round tender means you would tender that player at the round that they were taken in the draft. So, for instance, Jake Moody was selected in the third round. Had he been a sixth or a seventh round kicker, then they could have tendered him, right? You don't want to lose him. I would assume a sixth or a seventh round tender costs you maybe 1.5 million. It's going to be peanuts, right? But as I just went through those rounds, 7 in the first round, 5 in the second round, I'm assuming the third round is at least $3 million. I'm not paying Jake Moody $3 million, bro. So not tendering him at a third round tender. So it makes sense that they didn't tender him. I think they want him back. Do you guys think they want Jake Moody back, or are they going to be on the place kicker market?
Man, both, please. Can we Jake Moody versus undrafted free agent rookie to compete in camp, please?
I don't have.
Or I'm also, I know Nick Folk is 41, but he don't miss kicks. Hey, he don't miss kicks. I'll take Jake Moody versus Nick Folk in camp if that's what it takes. It needs to be Jake Moody plus somebody else. But I'm not saying, like, if somebody takes away Jake Moody, we end up Jake Moody list going into training camp or whatever. As long as we found a replacement, I'm happy. But I don't feel like, oh, no, you can't lose Jake Moody.
Yeah, I'm fine with Jake Moody. He was fine. He was 10 for 11 looking at some of the numbers. He missed one extra point, but he made 2 50-yard. He was 2 for 2 from 50 plus. Mm-hmm. He was fine. I know he got cut by the Bears, and it's crazy he hit the game winner against us when we lost to the Bears on Monday Night Football. But yeah, another former 49er. So I know Adam loves that. He loves those kind of guys. So they should bring him back. Like, he wasn't the reason why we lost games. Like, he wasn't as bad as the highest paid kicker in history that we gave the money to, Matt Gay. He was terrible. Mm-hmm. So Jake Moody, he was kind of one of the best ones because Adam Peters has really struggled with the kicker position. We traded for Cade York. That was terrible. We cut him one game in because we didn't want to lose the draft pick. The conditional draft pick that we gave up. And then Seibert missed the extra point for the Lightning strikes twice. against Dallas, then I thought we should have kept Zane. Honestly, I don't think Zane was that bad. I thought we should have kept him at least for competition. And then the whole Brandon McManus fiasco, where he was found not guilty, for the snakes on the plane.
Freaky McManus.
Right, yeah, snakes on a plane. But Jake Moody should be brought back. Like, Riley Patterson, we had him in the building too. He went and played for another team. So all the kickers, like Zane Gonzalez, has played well for the team that he's on. Brandon McManus is playing well for the team that he's been on. So you don't want to let another guy and Jake Moody leave. Like, there's no reason to move on from him. Like I said, he really didn't. He only missed one kick while he was here, and he only missed one extra point. So he was fine the last couple of games. And then the game where y'all didn't want to win, I didn't want to win the game against the Eagles too. He made his kicks in that game too. So he's been fine. He's been fine enough to bring him back. He's been better than a lot of the guys that we had under the Adam Peters tenure.
I like Jake Moody because he's young, and like you said, he didn't kick poorly last year. So I think he gives you a chance to have a kicker with some sticking power and some consistency at the position. That's what we're all after, right? We want to just get to a point where we don't even think about this, don't even have to have these type of conversations. Every year we're talking about the same thing with place kicker. Can we just find a guy, right? Every year, same conversation. Can we bring in an undrafted guy to compete with the kicker that we had last year because that guy is really iffy? We just want to get out of that realm, out of that position, and get to somewhere where there's consistency, where we got a kicker. Because if you're going to win in this league, you need kickers. Look at the Super Bowl. It was 12-0, all field goals. Jason Myers is one of the best kickers in all of football, and they needed him. He just scored the most points in Super Bowl history in Super Bowl 60. You have to have a kicker if you're going to succeed in this league. And we struggle with that. And I'm hoping Jake Moody, who was a former third-round pick, finds that form here in Washington. Generally, we're the team that puts in the effort, right? We go through the hardships, and we never see the fruits of our labor. We take all of the lumps so Graham Gano can go be a great NFL kicker. We take all the lumps so Sean Sweezum can go be a really good NFL kicker. We take all the lumps so D-Hop can then go to Cleveland and be a Pro Bowl kicker the next year, right? Or 2 years later, right? Like David Akers was once a Washington Redskin. We let him leave. He goes on to be a great kicker for a very long time for the Philadelphia Eagles. Can we finally be the team that somebody else had to take the lumps and we reap the benefits of it? And now he's ready to be a consistent NFL kicker. That's what I'm hoping. I think they're going to re-sign him. I just don't think they wanted to tender him. So what do you guys think is going to happen in free agency?
I actually think they may surprise us, like pleasantly surprise us. I think they're going to go a little bit bigger than we expect. Now, granted, us having the most cap space, depending on where you look at it, or the second most, we do got to remember we also have the least people on roster. We have the most roster turnover. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of guys on 1-year deals. We had a lot of guys on the final years of their deals and stuff like that. So, yes, we do have some, top 2 cap space, but we also have the single most spots to fill in free agency. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of quantity included, but I do think they're going to go for some pretty big quality. I think this time around, between learning a lesson from what happened last year, we're going old, and with decent guys, I think they're going to go younger and better and actually probably outbid some people. And Jeremy Green from Sportsocracy, I was listening to his thing, and he said, I didn't want to give away too much. But talking to a lot of people at the combine, especially some of the Commanders people, they're going to swing big for at least something. Mm-hmm. We should at least be happy with one of our guys. We're like, yes, we got the top guy at a particular position group. It'd be nice if we got like 2 or 3 that are at least top 3, top 4 in their position groups. But I think we're going to at least get one guy that we can hang our hats on, and then maybe the rest are just fill-ins, and then we just head to the draft. We'll see. But I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think it's going to be at least better than last year is what I would definitely say.
I really think they're going to spend. What do you think, Ed?
Yeah, so I mean, I do think there's going to be one or two fireworks. I do think there's going to be at least one.
Fireworks.
Sure, yeah. So we're waiting on the fireworks
Ian
thing to
Rappaport.
happen.
Yeah,
Ever since Ian Rappaport said that, everybody
Uh,
because he has gotten excited. But yeah, and lately I've been seeing a lot of Mike Evans smoke. John Jones wrote an article about that. There's been a lot of ESPN writers saying Mike Evans. So I mean, that's something to keep an eye on. Joe Theismann just tweeted that Trey Hendrickson would be a good signing for the Commanders. So a lot of people love to link Trey Hendrickson to the Commanders. So that's something to keep an eye on there too. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many roster spots open because we've done so many 1 year deals for back-to-back off seasons, and just a lot of elder statesmen, a lot of elderly guys. Von Miller again on a podcast saying he wants to come back. So you got to look at the guys who are we going to re-sign? Are the Niners going to cut Brandon Ayuk? That hasn't been done yet. So is that going to happen around March 9th? Is that going to happen before the legal tampering period? So we can get the ball rolling and just see whether that's going to happen or not. So we can just get that out the way. But some guys have not been tagged that I thought were going to be tagged. I thought Kenny Walker was going to be tagged. Alex Pierce was not tagged. There was a lot of reports saying he was going to be tagged. Rashid Shaheed said he's going to test free agency. So there's a couple guys that I actually thought were going to go back, and they still may end up going back. And I think there's going to be some more guys released too. So it's definitely getting trickier. I know we're not going to get Stephon. We're not going to go after Stephon Diggs, but just for him, for example, Michael Pittman is a guy to keep an eye on. He might be a cap casualty. That would be great if he is cut. But no, I think if we don't go after Trey Hendrickson, there might be like some middle tier moves, like a couple solid pass rushers like Arnold E from the Falcons, and then Boye Mafe, just a couple guys. But we're reportedly after every position, cornerback, tight end. Likely is on the K. Adams show today talking about potentially joining the Commanders. So we've seen stuff like that before where people have said they want to come to the Commanders and it doesn't happen. So I can't get too excited about that. But I do think Adams, he's forced to spend money because you only have 6 picks. So you got to spend the money. You don't have a choice because you only have 6 picks. And the defense is so bad, you got to throw some money at some guys. So wide receiver is definitely a position. And then the whole report about Terry potentially being his last year next year from Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry dropped like 10 different things that he heard from the combine. So a lot of interesting factors, man. You gotta get another receiver here bad. So that's something I'm looking at for Adam to do. And then it's a make or break year for Adam. This is a big year for him. Last year we had, the trades were the free agency. That was the explanation. But this year you gotta just outright sign some guys. So this is a huge year for Adam Peters.
I agree. And I think he's gonna restore hope in the fan base with the moves he makes. I don't think the fan base is going to be totally on board initially because I think they expect a lot more than what they're going to get. But I do expect them to go out, sign a big name edge rusher. I think they're going to spend on premium positions only, not meaning that they won't spend at like linebacker or, tight end. They may not spend a tight end, to be honest with you. But I expect them to spend on edge. Boye Mafe, Adafe Owe, a Kingsley Enagbare, someone like that, a DJ Wanham. I think they're going to spend on an edge. I think they're going to spend on a cornerback. I think you're going to get a significant corner in the free agency crop. And then I think they're going to sign a couple of receivers, not one, but two. The one that's really
intriguing on the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's a gimme. The one that's really interesting to me is that I didn't see coming was Rashid Shaheed in Seattle. Now, will he make it to free agency? Because I know he wants to go back to Seattle. But they're reportedly far apart. Deadline spur action, so we could get to Monday and they strike a deal because now you're getting close. But if he makes it, he's an all-pro returner and the vertical threat that we need. That's the kind of guy you want to go out and spend some good money on if you're looking for an upgrade at the receiver position. He's very intriguing. Um, I expect them to spend, and I love that Alec Pierce is going to be a free agent. We're not signing him. I don't know if you guys heard him on Kay Adams' show, but this guy's talking about being a number one receiver. He wants over 100 targets, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, well, you ain't getting that shit here.
So he
So
won number one receiver
yeah,
money.
he wants number one receiver money, and he wants to be targeted like a number one. That ain't what you getting here, bruh. So he wasn't destined for here anyway. I just wanted him a part of the market so that he could take away attention from guys like Juwan Jennings and some of those, Romeo Doubs, some of those ancillary secondary targets that might have had their price tags elevated due to the lack of guys at the top of the market. Now that those top of the market guys may return, in the case of an Alec Pierce and a Rashid Shaheed, that should lower the price tag for a Juwan Jennings, Romeo Doubs, or, et cetera, a Jalen Naylor if they decide to go in that direction. So I like where we sit at receiver in terms of what will be available and what they'll have at their disposal. And I think we all assume Brandon Ayuk, should he be released, is going to end up here one way or another. I've been saying Tyquan Thornton is a name to look out for, but that was before Rashid Shaheed became potentially available, because we need speed. De'Ami Brown is a guy that I wouldn't be shocked if they welcome back home, but Tyquan Thornton is a much better, deep threat. But if you can get Rashid Shaheed, that should be your main focus there at receiver. If he becomes available, there's a lot you can do with him on your offense. So,
and to your point about the market, maybe with it being flooded a little bit more than we expected. Same thing with tight ends. Like Jonnu Smith just got cut, and I saw something about like the Falcons are shopping Kyle Pitts after they put the franchise tag on him. So like he's semi part of the market. So maybe paying for Isaiah Likely or Chiki Okonkwo, one of those guys. To your point with the receivers, with Alec Pierce and Rashid Shaheed added back to the market, maybe the tight ends will be a little bit cheaper because of that.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. That's the hope, is that you get those top of the market guys, and because if you take the top of the market guy off of the market, well, then that entire crowd that was hovering around the top of the market guy now goes to the second guy. And whoever doesn't get the second guy is going to go to the third guy. And you got teams with a ton of money. And, the reports have been conflicting as to where the Commanders actually are in the pecking order of salary cap space. I've seen us as high as 2 after the Marshawn Lattimore deal move, and then the deal with Nick Allegretti to lower his $7.1 million cap number to probably $2 or $3 million. I've seen us as high as 2, with around like 86 million to spend, only behind, I think it was the Titans.
The Titans, yep.
So, we got plenty of cap space. And then if you do a new Laramie Tunsil deal, you'd have the most cap in the league.
Easily,
You have the most cap space in the league if you get a new Laramie Tunsil deal done. So this team has plenty of cap space to operate with, which is why I expect them to be aggressive. I expect them to spend money at premium positions. I think they're going to get a running back. It's just not going to be a top of the market running back. It's going to be a Rashad White. It's going to be Tyler Algier. One of those kind of guys, right? So I expect them to get a running back. I expect them to get a linebacker. I don't think it's going to be top of the market, right? I don't think it's going to be Quay Walker. I don't think it's going to be Devin Lloyd. I think it's going to be one of those guys like Eric Wilson from Minnesota, who has experience in, Durante Jones's scheme, and he can come in and help implement it.
I can see that.
I think you're going to see them spend big at the premium positions: wide receiver, edge rusher, and corner. And then they're going to fill in the gaps everywhere else. So,
and
go ahead.
Just real quick on Tyler Algier, Ian Hartitz, however you pronounce his name. He gave some interesting stats about Tyler Algier just a couple of hours ago. That was like, oh, okay, maybe, I'm not the biggest Algier fan, but I can see it, especially with, Bill being home run speed. Algier would be the thumper that Matthew Berry is saying we're looking for. He's the all-time NFL leader for most career touches without a fumble, 737 right now. He's Pro Football Focus's second highest graded pass blocking running back in 2025. He had 1,035 rushing yards on nearly 5 yards per carry in his only season without Bijan. So he can handle a RB1 workload and attention from a defense. And he has a 51.6% career success rate, which is 12th best among 56 running backs since 2022. So he may be a little underrated. Like, maybe it's the Falcons on him that make us think that he's not as good as he actually is.
Yeah, I like him a lot. So I'm big on Tyler Algier, and whether or not we get Jeremiah Love, I was all on board with pairing him with whomever our lead back was. So I've heard that they want to bring back Jeremy McNichols. I said, you can't bring back both Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols. You got to pick one.
Have mercy. Yeah,
so,
man, please.
They love them some J-Mac, bro. They love them some J-Mac. So I think J-Mac is going to be back in the mix. I think you go get an Algier, and then, you hope to draft a Jeremiah Love, but I wouldn't be shocked if they got an Algier, brought back J-Mac and also signed, what's the guy from Pittsburgh from last year? Shucks, I got him right here in front of me. Kenneth Gainwell. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they do something like that.
I can see that.
Where they put two guys that aren't making a ton of money together to pair, to equal one back, right? Essentially, to go along with Bill and J-Mac. So, we'll see what they decide to do. Rashad White is definitely another name that I could see them.
Doesn't he still have Jaden Daniels in his profile picture on Twitter?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Absolutely. So that's going to be really interesting. So with that said, let's get to the comment section and see what you guys have to say. All right. And we start the night off with J Mart. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. J Mart, right? Sup, Kings? What's up, J Mart? Styles or Love if available? What says you guys? Styles or Love? If you had to choose between the two, which one are you taking?
I need a second. Ed, you got that one first. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough for me, man.
Yeah, I'm an offensive minded kind of guy. I get it. Our defense is so awful. Like, there was one point where I said defense for all 6 picks. I think it was after the Lions game or the Seahawks, one of those games where we get 38, 40 points. But not even just on need. I would just get Jeremiah Love. I think Jaden would just a running back that can carry the load for Jaden and help him out. It would just work wonders, because you just look around the league and you see how much a good running back really helps out a quarterback. So Jeremiah Love would be great. Pairing him with Bill too. Like, Jeremiah Love would get 10 to 15 carries, and you sprinkle in Bill. You have two guys that can hit home runs at the running back position. Then you would have, a thumper come in to change the pace. If you do want to bring back C-Rod off the restricted free agent deal, he would be your thumper. Give J Love a break, give Bill a break, and then you would just, really, really tire defenses out, bringing in C-Rod after the two lead backs that Jeremiah Love would be your lead back, but he can catch the ball in the backfield too. He can be another receiver. So you can just add so much to your offense with Jeremiah Love as another receiver, just so dynamic. And then that would be great for David Blau too. Trying to go under center, play action, run the ball more and whatnot, be more physical. So Jeremiah Love would be the pick for me. I think he's kind of, they're both unicorns. You can't go wrong. It's a win-win situation for either guy, because that would be great for Durante Jones and his defense. Just getting some type of talent instead of being old and slow. We actually would be young and athletic if you bring Sonny Styles in. But for me, it's just Jeremiah Love. Just like imagining Jaden Daniels on that offense with Jeremiah Love for me. That just takes so much pressure off of Jaden Daniels' back.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
what you about to
ahead.
say?
Go ahead, Rico. And it's easy for me, so go ahead and knock it out.
I'm gonna go Love. First of all, I think Love is as much as I love Sonny Styles, I think Love is a better running back than Styles is a linebacker, especially today, day one, week 1, September for sure. Also, I feel like we lump running back into low positional value positions for different reasons. I feel like linebacker, safety, maybe tight end, it's because they don't necessarily affect every play. While we put them as low positional values, running backs affect every play. The reason they're lumped in with the other group is because they have the shortest, career lifespan. I feel like it's in the same, red flag tier of low positional value for different reasons than other positional groups. I feel like running backs affect every play he's on the field. He matters. Whereas Sonny Styles, no matter how great of a linebacker you are, no matter how great of a safety Caleb Downs is, there will be plays where you don't necessarily have that strong of an impact. Love is going to affect every play. He's going to be such a distraction even when he doesn't get the ball. So I'm going to go Love, especially for that.
I'm a Love guy. I've been a Love guy. Like since the combine, I had like an epiphany. And while I love Sonny Styles, and you can't go wrong, I think, with either one, I just look at Jeremiah Love and the impact. And to you guys' point, the running back touches the ball on so many plays. There's so many ways you can get the running back involved. And I just think about this. This is the thing that really sets it off for me. When's the last time we had a dynamic running back here in Washington? When's the last time we got the ball in the hands of a guy where we said every time he touches it, it could be a house call? And that's the thing that we're missing. It's the thing that we've been missing. It's what the game's been missing for over a decade. That's not almost, over a decade. The last guy at the running back position that we felt that way about was Clinton Portis, and that was in his first season here. After that, he turned into a 2-yard and a 3-yard in a cloud of dust back because of Joe Gibbs and the physical nature of what they were asking him to do. And so he wasn't that Denver Clinton Portis that we saw the first carry in Washington, 5 yards or whatever it was for the touchdown against Tampa Bay. We don't have that. We haven't had that. I want that so bad, so desperately. I love the run that I saw from Bill, on Christmas Day against Dallas. And Jeremiah Love is that times 20. So sign me up for Jeremiah Love. GT7.
Yeah, I don't think they would take him off the field like they was doing Bill. They was doing Bill dirty last year. I think Love is such an undeniable talent that they wouldn't bench him, or mysterious games where he's getting less carries than Chris Rodriguez, random games where Chris Rodriguez is the first running back out there, first quarter, first offensive possession. They're not doing that with Love.
So we know for a fact that Cliff was not a big fan of Bill for whatever reason. He was not a fan of Bill at all. So it's not shocking that we saw what we saw from them in terms of how to use it. And he fumbled. We can't act like he didn't fumble the ball too. Like some of that he brought on himself. But ultimately, they really didn't trust Bill, and they didn't put him out there as much as we thought that they should have. So I'm actually really interested to see if he is the lead back this year, how they treat him. GT7. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the Dubski. Salute to you.
Appreciate that.
Right. Kangs. Next week is going to be spicy. Give us the most blockbuster you are predicting. Does have to be for us. Also, Ed Collar to the defenders.
Here's what cup at. But I do got these too. The season is quickly approaching. April 11th is our first home game. We have a game before that too, I believe, in March. Okay. But Collar to the defenders, he's a little. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just stick with Jordan Ta'amu. He is a defending champ, so I would just stick with him over Kyler Murray at this point. But my prediction is I'm gonna go with likely. I do think we attack the tight end position, even though there are reports saying that Adam Peters is fine with what we have. I really hope that's not the case at all, because we have like a bottom 5 receiving tight end core, or we probably have the worst receiving tight end core in the NFL. It's not even close. We might have the best blocking tight end core in the NFL, but as far as catching the football, it's really bad. And then there was reports saying we're open to bringing back Zach Ertz too. I know, yeah, exactly. But I do think we get likely. I would say my prediction is getting Isaiah Likely in a tight end. I do look at that as a firework, because he's a young guy, second contract, still in his, or starting to hit his prime. Really, he finally gets a big opportunity where he can be a TE1 instead of a TE2 next to Mark Andrews, and Jay Daniels loves throwing the ball to a tight end. So I would say that probably is our blockbuster March 9th legal tampering signing.
I'm not sure for us, even though I do predict us, like I said, to get one of the big dogs at one of the positions, like a Devin Lloyd at linebacker, or a Likely at tight end, somebody at corner. I think we are going to get one of those big dogs somewhere. I think the biggest, though, is Max Crosby getting traded somewhere. Hopefully not the Eagles or something like that. But, I mean, he said he was dead serious when he told Tom Brady, I played my last snap here and all of that. So I think he will get moved. He's not going for a first and a third like the Commanders reportedly offered those guys, where we tried to lowball the Raiders. But I think he will end up somewhere at some point sometime soon.
Yeah. The biggest move I do think is going to involve a trade. The trade market is so juicy right now that that I really believe you could see any guy. AJ Brown could get traded, even though the price seems like it's outrageous for him. Max Crosby could get traded, even though I think the price is outrageous for him. Brian Thomas Jr. is an interesting name to keep an eye on in Jacksonville. I do think they are open to moving him. And if someone calls with a really enticing offer, I could see them moving on from the former first-round pick. So I could see any of those, qualifying as, massive. Like, who saw the Chiefs trading away Trent McDuffie today? Like, that came out of nowhere.
Apparently only Shannon Sharp. Something like a couple of weeks ago, somebody pulled up a clip. That's the only person I know.
I had no idea. That one caught me off guard.
Me neither. Yeah, I mean, I guess they sick of Forbes. The Linsanity run he had, it's over with.
Yeah, it's not only is it over with, but they realize he's a Jag. You know what I mean? Like, they had a legitimate shot at winning the Super Bowl, and they couldn't get stops last year. They let Jake Bobo score a touchdown in the NFC Championship game. Like, they got issues.
That was the last trade. The Trent McDuffie trade was done that instant.
While
Jake Bobo is still celebrating, while he's still dancing.
We got to get better in the secondary, man. We can't have Jake Bobo dancing on us in the NFC Championship game. So I expect a block. I expect the Commanders to, like I said, hit corner, edge rusher, and receiver with names that we know, right? Might not be the guy you want, but it's going to be a notable name nonetheless. Paul Kiyoko, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Paul Kiyoko writes, "Sup, Kings?
Appreciate
Sup,
that.
Paul?
Appreciate that.
Hope all is well. Likewise. There's a lot of interesting names in free agency, but as other players are hitting the streets, are you tempering expectations?" No, I've already set my expectations with you guys. I did a video yesterday laying out what I think the Commanders' vision for free agency will be and how they'll attack it. So you guys know where I am. I've tempered my expectations at certain positions. I've tempered them at linebacker and tight end. I don't expect them to, as Ed said, quote, fireworks. Shout out to Ian Rappaport. I don't see fireworks at either one of those two positions. So I've tempered my expectations specifically at tight end. I really wanted a pass catching tight end. They may still go out and get somebody, but it won't be to the level of an Isaiah Likely. I don't even think we get a Chig Okonkwo at this point. So I'm a little disappointed about that, but I've wrapped my brain around it.
Yeah, no, I'm still pretty excited too.
What about you, Ed?
Tempering expectations. Yeah, I think one firework is what is to be expected. I wouldn't think he's gonna sign I don't think Adam's gonna go out there and sign Alec Pierce and guys like that at the top of the free agency.
No.
But I think tight end is where he'll go at the top, and then running back I do want to see what they do at running back. That's probably one of the wild cards for me. What do they do at running back? Do they get Rachaad White? Do they get Kenneth Walker? Do they get Tyler Algier or Rico Dowdle? I do want to see what they do at running back. But yeah, as far as expectations, I think one or two fireworks at the most, and then after that, it's going to be your middling tier guys. Jalen Naylors, Tyquan Thorntons, guys like that. Yeah, like I said, Rico Dowdle, more of the affordable guys. I feel like will be more the names that you hear from for the most part. Like Trey Hendrickson, I don't think Trey Hendrickson is going to happen. Like a name like that, I don't think that's going to happen.
It'd be crazy if they signed Rico Dowdle. Ed was standing firm, 10 toes down with Rico Dowdle, and if they go get him, that'll be crazy.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that. I would still rather have Jeremiah Love, but Rico Dowdle is a good consolation prize if they don't get him. Like all the NFC East guys, I like even some of the Eagles guys. I like Nakobe Dean. I like Jalen Phillips, even though he's been injury prone. Both those guys have been pretty banged up for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But Rico Dowdle, man, he's so underrated. Like he's a dog, man. He had some big games last year.
He did, and like you said, he'll always kill the Cowboys.
Cowboy killer.
He'll always kill them. So worst case scenario, you're gonna at least get a guy that's gonna destroy the Cowboys twice a year. So I get that from that perspective, but I can't lie, I'd be a little disappointed if we got Rico Dowdle, but he's not trash.
Is it because of the age? I was saying, is it because of the age? It's the age.
It's the age for me. It's the age for me. Yeah. I'd rather have a little bit younger running back. So
let's see how old is Rico Dowdle?
I got it right here in front of me. You ain't even gotta look it up.
27 years old. It's not bad.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle is. Oh no, I don't have his age in front of me.
Yeah, he's 27. Right. So and he
27 point what? 27 point what?
His birthday is June 14th, so it is coming up.
He's about to be 28. He'll be 28 before the season starts. So, yeah. Don't try to 27 me. He's 28 years old.
But I will say he doesn't have a lot of tread on the tires. So 2021 he didn't play at all. 2022 he only played in 5 games, and then 2023 he played in 16 games, only had 89 carries. So he had 1,000-yard seasons back to back, one in Dallas, one in Carolina. So ever since then, he's only really had carries since 2024. So he really hasn't had a lot of carries. So not a lot of tread on the tires.
Yeah, I mean he's cool. I'd rather, if you're gonna do that, just go get.
We do gotta remember Bill is 25. Yeah. Bill is older than Breece Hall, I think, by like a month or two.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's insane.
And he's not that much older than Kenneth Walker.
So. That's another reason to get Jeremiah Love, because Jeremiah Love is 20. I think it's him, Kenyon Sadiq, and Carnell Tate will be the only offensive skill position players that are 21 at the draft, I think.
That's wild. That is wild. All the more reason why I don't need to get attached to Jeremiah Love. My feelings hurt. SPR, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, what up, Kangs? What's up? He says, looking forward to many impactful additions to this roster this offseason. Thank you for all the great content. Hashtag HTTR, hashtag HTTC. We really appreciate you for the support. And I'm looking forward to some impactful additions as well. I'm with you. I think they're going to happen. K's Take, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the Dubski.
Appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate you. Writes, if you could create the perfect scenario between free agency and the draft, what would it be? Getting an edge rusher, i.e., like a top flight edge rusher, like a Dafi Owe or Boye Mafe, pairing that with Jeremiah Love in the draft, and getting a corner in one of the top flight corners along with a receiver. Like the receiver doesn't have to be top flight. It could be a Romeo Dubs. It could be, Jawan Jennings. It could be
your boy Jalen Naylor.
Jalen Naylor, yes, absolutely. I'd actually really like that. But getting a big time cornerback, getting a big time edge rusher, and then getting Jeremiah Love would be ideal. Like, if you wanted me to take it a step further, I'd say getting a deep threat at receiver, and then, adding a Brandon Ayuk. Let's say you add Brandon Ayuk and you add Tyquan Thornton at receiver. Shouldn't cost you a lot of money between those two. And then you get the corner, you get the edge rusher. You're going to get a lower tier back. So you're going to get a Tyler Algier and then Jeremiah Love. That would be, to me, a slam dunk offseason, like from a roster standpoint.
Just freestyling. I'll start with receiver, because we all assume we're getting Brandon Ayuk. I just want to make sure we get a receiver to where Ayuk is wide receiver 3 going into training camp, at least, or even actually going into the draft. Who knows if we get an even better receiver in the draft. Ayuk should not be wide receiver 2 going into the draft, whether it's like a Jalen Naylor or somebody like a Romeo Doubs or something, please. Linebacker wise, again, like I said earlier, to Mike Renner's point, like, this is the best linebacker offseason crop if we're talking about draft and free agency combined, but especially even free agency. We should come away with at least one of the more so top linebackers. I'm not saying get Devin Lloyd at $20 million per year, but get me one of the top 3 to 5 linebackers. Get me one of the top 5 to 7 edge rushers, like, to Lou's point, or, O.A. Adafe, and one of those guys, Jalen Phillips, to Ed's point. And then we go into the draft, we get Jeremiah Love 7th. I think that's like my best case scenario. Handle defense and wide receiver and free agency, and then go best player available in the draft is probably the quickest way to say what I want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you guys had great points. I would go with hopefully nobody trades for Jonathan Grenard and he's released. That's super wishful thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But that somebody that you wouldn't think would be cut, like Michael Pittman, for example. But for the guys that are available, like you guys said, the defensive end position, Odafe Owe, Arnold E. from the Falcons, Boye Mafe, guys like that wouldn't, Odafe Owe he's going to get top tier money for sure. Jalen Phillips, one of those guys. And then wide receiver, getting a solid number 2, Romeo Doubs, who's young, looking for a second contract. That's a couple years below 30 that can grow with Jaden Daniels, develop with Jaden Daniels, and hit that second tier of their career. Tight end, likely. I mean, there's so many tight ends. The tight end is pretty deep. Chiggy. I even like Njoku, even though he's 32. Cade Otton, Noah Fant. There's just there's a good amount of guys at tight. You should be able to come away with a good tight end, for sure. And then another corner to play alongside Trey Amos, Mikey. So those are some of the scenarios. And if you add in kicker, do you bring back Jake Moody? And then running back. If they don't sign a running back, then that's telling that they are hoping for Jeremiah Love. But they're going to sign at least one guy at the running back position. But Kenneth Walker, if he's available, that would be a dream pick, dream signing. He's probably like the only running back that's worth signing, that I would be like, okay, take him, sign him, and then go defense at 7, like Sonny Styles if he's still there, or David Bailey. But no, that would be the perfect, like, at least one fire. It doesn't have to be 2 or 3 fireworks, but get some solid guys. Get some speed at receiver. Tyquan Thornton as your wide receiver 3 or 4, or Jalen Naylor as your wide receiver 3 after getting Dubs or Wandale Robinson or somebody like that. But good question. Definitely shout out to K's Take. Make sure you guys subscribe to K's Take. She's got a great channel.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to K's Take. Make it happen, y'all. Wrath of God. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the Dubski.
Appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Wrath of God writes, what up, Kings? What up, Lou? What up, Wrath of God? I woke up from my dream and it was fire. We drafted Bailey, that cop who be saying, open the trunk. He saw I was white, said, keep it moving, sir. That's what's up. Jacob Rodriguez. We got him too. All right. He says, Reek Woolen, K9, Pierce, Ayuk, Mafe, and Owe. Whew. Sheesh.
It's Madden.
Yeah, that's what that is. The infinite bank account, man. Pockets is deep.
Mafe and Owe, man.
Mafe and Owe is wild.
That's the craziest part there, yeah.
Then he says, my dumb ass woke up. Yeah. My fan always will wake you up. That'll pretty much say, hey, nah, that ain't happening, bro. But sheesh. I mean, we went shopping at the Seahawks store, huh? Reek, K9, and Mafe. Wow. How much money we gonna have left next year is the question. Yikes. Shout out to Wrath of God. Mr. Deacon, sir. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, Kangs, not gonna lie, I wasn't getting love because we need defense, but now if he's there at 7, you gotta take him. I wouldn't mind taking Kilgore at 71. That's if he's available at 71. But
that's a crazy last name. So I rock with that last name. That's tough on a jersey. I ain't gonna lie.
Kilgore. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Love and Kilgore. Now I think about it. But yeah, I was talking about Kilgore, but both of those
Love is insane
jersey
dope.
sales.
Yeah. Love is dope. It's gonna be dope. Hopefully he's rocking the burgundy and gold because it'll look much better on a Commanders jersey than it would Titans jersey for sure.
Way better.
Kilgore at 71. I'm intrigued. I gotta watch him, so I can't say how good he is or isn't, but I like what I saw at the combine. That's for sure.
He's from Georgia. He didn't go to Georgia, but he's from Georgia, so I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, facts. Court Casino, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, shout out to the Kings. Shout out to you, Court Casino, man. Really appreciate the support.
Appreciate it.
With all the former players becoming NFL talking heads, who is the best former athlete between y'all? Money's on Ed. It's Ed without question.
Man.
Ed actually played college ball. Like,
yeah, man.
Ed actually was getting buckets. 14 a game, I think, one year for Ed. Like, Ed was out here getting buckets. So don't make me put the picture up. Don't make me throw the picture up here, man. I'll do it. But Ed is definitely the Ed. Now I would say this: Ed ain't a better shooter than me. Ed is,
I was just about to say I can get a bucket now. I can get a guarantee.
Ed ain't a better shooter than me now. I ain't picked up a ball in a minute. I'm talking about years. But give me 15 minutes to knock the dust off. All right, Ed ain't a better shooter than me. But Ed got a better all-around game than me by far and away.
Sure.
No, we got to do a Kings Olympics or something. We got to do the throw.
I would love to.
Shout out to Rio, but we got
I'm very Monte Ellis like that's always been my play style. Like just bucket. No vision. No
none of that. Hey,
I have zero vision. I asked me to pass the ball.
No assists, but he can fill it up
to save my life. To say I can't.
No, we got to do a Kings combine. We got to do a 40-yard dash. We got to do a shuttle drill one day.
I'm gonna lose that. Like that. I've always been super skinny until like as an adult, but I've always been strong but slow. Even when I was like 150 at most, I've always been super. I already know I lost that 40. I'm gonna tell y'all that now.
Yeah, I ain't ran a 40 in forever.
Yeah, we can do a 3-point contest, something like that.
Yeah.
We can do.
I was really cold at football though. Once my mom started incentivizing production, like once she said every sack you get McDonald's. Boy, I was going crazy, man. Hey. Once she put money and meals on it,
trying to set records. Hey, let me get that number 6, Mom. Let me get that 20-piece nugget.
But people always say when they see me in person, they're like, "Oh, I know you're 6'5", so that's just that's what I am. So I can't dunk anymore, but back I can jump.
Ed you still probably could dunk.
I would say we play 21. Ed can't get ball now. We got
once he got it, that's 21. We gotta stop him from getting
that's 21 straight.
We gotta stop him
21 straight. He get the ball one time.
We got to make Ed shoot from the perimeter, man. If he get to the rim, it's a wrap. Now that's my specialty. I'm Lou Dort, right? So, I'm 3 and D. So hey, I'll lock him up and then I can shoot the J. But don't ask me to do too much else. But you got to respect my shot, and then when you come out, that's when I can put it on the floor and get to the cup. So
okay.
Yeah. That's what my game. So your money was rightly placed on Ed for sure.
And so we got Lou Dort, Monte Ellis, and then we got Ed.
GT7, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. GT7 writes, after multi-mock draft sims, there isn't a scenario that Love isn't around at 7. I believe, boys. Hey, I mean, more power to you. Bless your heart. But as we get closer and closer to the draft, Jeremiah Love is going to become more and more of a sure top 5 pick, I believe. Because if he gets to 6, we're in the clear. Unless Cleveland decides to trade out of the pick to somebody like New Orleans or Kansas City that's dying to get to him, in front of us. But the Browns, we know they're not taking him for sure. So if we could just get past the Titans, I don't think the Giants would take him, but I can't be sure that the Giants won't take him.
I think it's highly unlikely. Yeah, I think to your point, it's like we get past the Titans. I think we're in the clear. Maybe we'll see. Yeah. And I think Ashton Genty, how that went last year, that may help us a little bit. Yeah. Even though I think Jeremiah Love is a better talent.
Yeah, I think people think he's better.
Yeah, and I also think he's more than likely going to probably even end up in a better situation because you can't do much worse than the Raiders last year.
Yeah, no, you're facts on facts on that for sure. I was hoping that would be the case, but him going to the combine and doing what he did, he didn't do us any favors, man. He didn't. Grande Groove, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Grande Groove writes, this the best offseason likely Lloyd, R. White, and IU. So Isaiah Likely, you had Lloyd at linebacker, Rashad White at running back, and IU at receiver is his best offseason.
Let's say for agency wise, that's like tight end 1, arguably. Definitely linebacker 1. That's RB 3 to 5, depending on how you feel about it. And then IU, I mean, that's solid for sure.
Yeah,
I don't want them to stop Ayuk, of course. I want them to sign Ayuk and then sign another competent veteran receiver.
Ayuk and Traylon Burks.
Yeah. Because that would be, is that 6 receivers? So it's Terry, Ayuk, Traylon Burks, and Jalen Lane, and then Luke McCaffrey. So you still got to sign one more because that's 5. So you still got to bring one veteran competent receiver.
Yeah, I think that's where the speed aspect comes into play, where you got to find that guy that can stretch the field opposite of
Tyquan, Naylor, one of those guys.
Yeah, somebody like that.
Yeah,
I think that's the key there. Corin Smith, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Corin Smith writes, we need a commander from jump. No more hand-me-downs. I mean, that's why you want to draft someone and hope that's always been the issue here is we don't draft and develop and guys get second contracts here. That's our problem. That's why we don't have a roster. Like Rico said, we have a roster that has the least amount of players under contract because we didn't draft well enough to develop guys and have them sign second contracts here. So,
and that's more so a Rivera problem. Adam Peters deserves his fair share of blame for how it's gone so far. But I mean, I keep wanting to remind people that like these guys entering their second contracts are supposed to be guys that Rivera drafted. These guys going into their prime at positions that we need. We took a first-round linebacker, first-round corner, first-round edge, and these are like and first-round wide receiver. Unironically, the biggest needs we have right now because you missed on all of them. If Rivera was just even halfway decent at drafting, we would have way less needs now. But of course, we probably also wouldn't have Jaden.
That is correct. So you always have to make sure you give him his proper just due for being so incompetent.
For being so great at losing. Thank you, Brian.
Big shout out to Ronald Rivera. Filthy Rich, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Filthy Rich writes, thoughts on Jim's Lake Lewis said on Rio's channel. Wish Rio was here because I can't tell you what.
Wish Rio was here. Yeah, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. But I did talk about it in my video, and then I linked his video and everything. And I briefly talked about it because I want to make sure everybody go sees his live stream. That Lake Lewis said 2 big things. First of all, Brandon Ayuk is healthy. And also he said, without a doubt, Ayuk will sign here. We kind of assume the Ayuk will sign here thing. I think the bigger news by far is the Ayuk is healthy. And he said it with a lot of confidence too. Like, yeah, of course, like he's good to go. Like, we're not really worried about that.
I would hope so. He hasn't played football in almost 2 years. I would hope he's 100% healthy and ready to rock.
I mean, you have I saw some random report or tweet or something about like his knee. He didn't take rehab seriously enough. So if anything, it's actually taking a step back because he hasn't been putting in as many hours as he's supposed to and recover. Something like that. But I don't think that's true.
Again.
Yeah, so that's what I saw too. That's the big one that's been circulating around on social media. Shout out to Rio, shout out to Lake Lewis for dropping some nuggets, some gems, some things that Lake has definitely heard. So that's interesting. I mean, that's the biggest thing is the health of Brandon Ayuk, because we haven't seen a workout video, we haven't seen anything. We know how guys love to post workout videos and come back and all in for week 1 or whatever, stuff like that. We haven't seen any of that. From the only videos we've really seen from Ayuk is the driving video past the stadium at 90 miles an hour, or the video with him on the phone with Jaden Daniels on FaceTime where Jaden said he's coming back for the Seahawks game. So that's the only things we've seen from Brandon Ayuk, and then the whole, allegedly atrophy.
Yeah, atrophy. Yeah,
right.
That's what I was about to go with next. Like,
right.
I guess the atrophy is taking place.
Right. Yeah. So that's the big question mark. Is he going to be 100% coming back from a nasty knee injury where he has not played? Because he was supposed to come back this year. At least week 8. Week 10 he was supposed to play a little bit. The Niners were banking on that. They had to go out there and sign Kendrick Bourne and some other guys at wide receiver, because Brandon Ayuk wasn't back yet, and Ricky Pearsall got hurt. So, but no, I mean, he kind of told us what we all thought was going to happen. He confirmed it, and he said that it wasn't about the knee; it was about him just really wanting to leave the Niners. And then at the end, Lake says that a couple of other 49ers want to get up out of there too. So it sounds like Juwan Jennings most likely is not going to be back with the Niners either.
But how do we explain the driving 180 miles per hour near the stadium? Like, even with all of that, and yeah, maybe the 49ers did him wrong. What were the antics, towards the end of the season, man? He should have just chilled.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I really want to. I just can't wait till they release him, because I know they're going to try to trade him. But if all the 31 other teams, I wouldn't trade for him either. I wouldn't trade for Brandon.
Yeah, and nobody's taking on that contract. You know what I mean? Nobody's taking on that contract. He's absolutely getting released.
Mike Hall of the Burgundy Zone brought up a point too, that we just going to get a random workout video with A1 editing, and he's going to be running and looking great all of a sudden probably this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I need a De'Ami Brown type video.
We need it. We need it.
Documentary De'Ami.
Documentary De'Ami.
Instagram.
Full effect.
Yeah.
Shit, documentary De'Ami might be trying to pitch his way back to DC while you bullshit.
Yeah. Ben Standing said Ben Standing said don't rule out a De'Ami reunion. So I wouldn't rule out an OZ, Alameda Zacchaeus. I think one of them has a good chance. I wouldn't mind OZ back, because as our fifth depth guy, like I said, that would be better than a lot of the guys. OZ is
anything is better than Chris Moore, bro. I'll take OZ over Moore. I'll take it.
Yeah, OZ over Moore, over Robbie, over all those guys. Like OZ, it was bad to the point where I was like, yeah, we could definitely use OZ as our third wide receiver.
Yeah, it was rough last year, say the least. Corin Smith, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Sup, Kings? Says gonna be salty if we miss out on J Love. Well, get them.
Let's say detach yourself now and consider it a surprise if we do end up getting them. But
get that Lowry's ready.
That's a talented player, man.
Get that Lowry's or Morton's ready.
I'm ready. It's not as bad as missing out Gonzalez, because there's gonna be somebody else who's really gonna pick 7. So it's not gonna be that type of pain. I'll say that. But yes, if we don't get him, it will be painful, but nowhere near as that type of 2022 or whatever draft that was painful, 2023.
Okay, let me ask y'all this. What would be more painful? He's not there. He's there at 6, and the Browns let somebody trade in front of us to take him, or he's there at 7 and we pass on him.
Oh, he's there and we pass on him would hurt the most by far for me, bro. That's the worst one, man.
Oh man. Then you know what would happen, right? It would turn into the Gonzo Forbes situation all over again. Whatever he does, we would compare it to the guy they took instead.
Yeah.
And not even worse, I would say, unless we just went like super really good free agency running back, we land Kenneth Walker or something. But even worse for me is that he's going to be motivated against us. Now, whenever we play Jeremiah Love, he's going to play his hardest. He's going to do that thing where I remember every team that didn't draft, who was that, Amon-Ra St. Brown and stuff like that. We're going to be on that list of teams that he tries extra hard against.
Yeah. If they take like and I love Carnell Tate, but of course, if they take Carnell and Jeremiah Love's there, Jeremiah Love balls out. But like I said, Carnell would be fine. I think anybody we take at 7 will be fine. But of course, you would love to have J Love. Like if Sonny Styles is there, they decide to take Sonny. Like I think Sonny will be fine too. But I will be like, oh man, we could have had J Love.
It's crazy. I need to start the process of rewiring my brain because I see where this is heading. I'm getting too involved and too attached. I need to detach myself.
And if we get them, it'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise.
Like, it'll be a welcome surprise.
Right. Now, if they take Ruben Bain and J Love is still there, I know people will crash out.
I would be one of them.
I would be sick.
I would be one of them. I would absolutely be one of them. But I could see that too. He seems like an Adam Peters type guy. Ruben Bain does. So I don't think I would be shocked. I would be pissed, but not shocked. Haval, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the dubski. Really appreciate you, Haval, who writes, gents, I have such a man crush on Styles. Lord, I'd do anything to have our own Fred Warner / Pat Willis captain our defense for the next decade plus. I had dreams of this man running stride for stride downfield, strapping Trey McBride. I'm telling you right now, I'd take him or Jeremiah Love in a heartbeat. If you told me I had to pick between the two, like someone asked earlier, it's not a question for me. I'm taking Jeremiah Love. But if he wasn't there and Styles was, cool, sprint up there and turn the card in, right? Get on the phone, lock it in. Let's rock, right? Let's go ball. So those kind of guys are so rare to find. And there's like Rio said earlier, there's production behind that. That's not a guy who just tested off the charts that you got to find a way to see if you can get that talent to manifest itself into production. The production is there too. So you got a chance to get one of these guys that could be transformative on the defensive side of the football. I understand why you would love to see him here in Washington.
Appreciate the donation, Haval. I saw like an interesting point too. I forgot who said it, but it was like if Adam Peters, who's had Christian McCaffrey and Fred Warner, and those are some of the comps for both of those players, if he had the choice between the two, which one he'd take? And I feel like most people would say he would take Christian McCaffrey, even though Fred Warner is a dog, though. And I do think Sonny Styles has a great chance of being Fred Warner, though.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, also, almost forgot too. Speaking of Trey McBride, we did hire his tight ends coach as our tight ends coach. Remember
Ben Steele. Good call.
David Rye moved to offensive passing game coordinator, and now we have Ben Steele. So maybe Ben Sinnott can finally develop.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the hope. I'm like a lot of people forget that Trey McBride didn't come into the league as a A1 tight end. He developed into that. And
like the 51st pick or something, 50-something pick.
They are very comparable. When you look at their testing, I looked at it, compared them side by side on a stream. They're not that, different. The height is very similar. The 40 times are very similar. Now, where the athleticism, actually, you could argue that Ben Sinnott is the better athlete of the two when you look at the numbers.
With the higher relative athletic score.
Yeah, he's a better athlete than, but I think when you watch them move, Sinnott looks more mechanical. Trey McBride looks a lot more fluid. And I think he has a better ability to separate. So
we did talk. We've said this on the stream before. That like Ben Sinnott never looked that athletic on tape that he tested at the combine.
Yeah.
He just did a great job of preparing for that and testing well. But like when some people just move different when the shoulder pads are on.
Yeah.
And he's just one of those guys that don't believe that relative athletic score. I think he is athletic, but he's not the 9-point whatever he ended up being.
Yeah. I think he moves well in a straight line. Like he doesn't have any wiggle.
Exactly.
Trey McBride has a little wiggle to him. He can separate. He can create separation by running routes and being deceptive at the top of his route. Ben Sinnott doesn't have that ability, right? You get him going in a straight line and he can run, but we'll see if, to your point, if Ben Steele can come in here and do a magic trick. Speaking of magic, Magic Red 21. Look at that. Perfect segue. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, drafting Love, getting Ayuk likely alone, and spending the rest on O-line defensive pieces in free agency. I could see us seriously turning the corner next season. If you spend on the right guys, you got the quarterback. You spend on the right guys, you could absolutely turn this thing around. As we saw this past year, the NFC East is not great. It's different. It's different. So we can't just go off of what happened last year, but anything can happen. You get the right guys in here, and we could absolutely turn this thing around for sure. So the key isn't just doing it once, is consistently being a good team. That's the thing that's escaped us. Magic Red. Go ahead.
I was going to say, to that point, though, I don't know if you saw, but Kay Adams said we're one offseason away from Super Bowl. She believes
Kay Adams loves
the
us,
Patriots did.
Yeah,
she does.
Loves us.
She lobbed us to Isaiah Likely. Like, she brought up
does
the Commanders
that to everybody. She loves us, bro.
She does.
She might as well just be a fan of the team. I don't know if she is like an actual fan or if she just loves what we're doing and loves Jaden Daniels and whatever. But she loves us, bro. She always is. Every guest she gets on, she asks them about being a Commander. I swear she does. So she loves us, bro. And we love Kay Adams, man. Shout out to Kay Adams. Magic Red. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Who writes, all in all, set the stage to draft a luxury pick at 7. That's what you want to do. Basically, is set the stage for you not having a need going into the draft, like a glaring need. You're going to still need some stuff. You're not going to get everything in free agency, but set the stage where there's no apparent glaring need so that you can draft whatever you deem to be the best player available. You should be doing that anyway, regardless. But
please, that should be everybody's strategy.
Yeah, you should be doing that anyway, regardless. As long as it's not quarterback or offensive tackle, and you already have 2 starting tackles that are really good. You should be drafting best player available anyway. Magic Red, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Magic Red writes, 2 running backs on rookie deals sound good to me. Would be nice. Would be nice. I'd advocate for it. Mr. Breeze, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, which free agent that we covet will ultimately shun us?
Wouldn't be surprised if it's like a linebacker with a new defensive coordinator that hasn't done it at the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a defensive player.
I think,
or no, especially we heard the reports that Mike Evans is looking for an experienced play caller and a Super Bowl contender and stuff like that. Even if we pursue him, he may tell us no.
Yeah, he never was on my radar because of all the things you just mentioned. He's looking to win a Super Bowl. He's not looking to be on a team that's trying to, rebuild themselves from the ground up, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Trey Hendrickson. I know Adam Schefter came out with the report saying that he is looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as one of his preferred teams. So I do think there's going to be interest. I think like the first day is going to be like the Commanders, the Buccaneers, and another team are in talks with Trey Hendrickson. So I do think we're going to be heavily involved in the Trey Hendrickson sweepstakes those first couple of hours, and then I think he's just going to end up going to a different team. I do think there's always that random story like it wasn't Clowney, but it was the defensive end for the Seahawks. He was with Dallas too. DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus.
Yeah, and of course he had a relationship with Dan Quinn because of Dallas. And then he on a podcast he was like, "Oh, I didn't choose the Commanders because they won too much last year. Some weird.
Yeah, they don't need me. It was a stupid ass thing. So
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
so there's always going to be that one guy who says something. Oh, I sat down with the Commanders, but it was really close, but I didn't go here. I know we were interested in Joey Bosa last year, but he ended up going to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always going to be that random player that we had that we're really close with, and then they just ended up going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that guy might be Rashid Shaheed. Like, I think he wants to go back to Seattle. So I could see him being a guy that's like, yeah, that's cool, but not interested. William Rogers Jr. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, would you pay Rashid Shaheed 14 million or 15 million? Absolutely, I would.
Yes, please.
Absolutely,
yes,
I would.
Please.
He might get a little bit more than that, actually.
Yeah, I think so. He
like
probably will because of his return ability. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I would pay him that. If he said, I want 18 a year, I would pay him that, right? That's the money we were paying Debo last year. You telling me you wouldn't pay the Debo money from last year to Shaheed this year for a multi-year contract? Yeah, right. Sign me up for a 3-year, $54 million Rashid Shaheed contract. Absolutely. Absolutely, I would pay 18 million for him. You get 14 or 15 million. What do I sign? Right? Like, what do I have to do to get him to sign that? Because I'm with Ed. I think he's going to get more than that.
Yeah.
I think it's more along the lines of 17, 18, maybe even 20. With the new cap, the money just going up and up and up. It's $21 million more of cap space this year. So, or is it 22? I think it might be $22 million more cap space this year. So, his number might be somewhere closer to 20 million, but hell yeah, I would pay him 14 or 15 million a year. All right. That was the last super chat. So we are about to get out of here. Any last questions, comments before we bounce?
No, man. I mean, it's finally here. Free agency, man. Monday. It's crazy.
Yes. Tampering period.
Yeah, I'm about to say the next time we meet,
we'll be
like we would have done some things, maybe not done some things. We got some stuff to cheer about and or complain about for sure.
I think that first day probably should be our first. We should probably get back the actual day, Wednesday. Yeah, that Wednesday night when the dust settle and smoke, because we'll know what they've agreed to terms with Monday and Tuesday, right? They just Wednesday is the formality, right? Now they actually sign the contract.
New league year, Yep. That's when trades go through all of that. Yep.
Right. So we should know.
Unless it's a huge firework. That would be the only time we would come out that same Monday.
Yeah, for sure. If they got like a Isaiah Likely or something like that, or they went off Isaiah Likely, a big time corner and an edge, we might have to jump on that first night for sure.
Well, I'll say then I'm hoping a Monday night stream. Then that's it. That's what it is.
That would be the
speaking
optimal
into existence.
Situation. Yeah, absolutely. Ed, it's a big night tomorrow, man. You excited?
It is. So I should be there most likely. I was trying to see if I had some Wizard stuff around, but I don't. Shame on me for that. But
you got
his debut
and
his debut
pennant in the background.
Yeah, I do have that. Yeah, I do have that. That is true. I got the John Wall bobblehead down here too, but it's hanging up right now.
Yeah.
But and they're doing a jersey giveaway too. So Trae Young debut. Hopefully we don't win. Hopefully we find a way to lose this game. But we're playing the Jazz, so they're tanking. They're tanking harder than we are.
Yeah,
we probably.
But they play tonight, and so I think you're gonna get a lackluster effort from them. So you might get them if they had if they were coming off of a day's rest. Keontae George and company would have got you for sure. Yeah. Now you still might lose the game. I saw that Keyshawn George is out for an extended period of time.
Right. I just got a notification. It says the Titans are expected to host Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love for a 30 visit. So we haven't even announced any top 30 visits, but the Titans have already.
The Titans, I saw a report that said they are in love with this dude at 4.
Lord have mercy.
I've already wiped him from my memory bank. I'm starting to detach myself because I already see where this is heading, and it doesn't end well for the good guys. It does not end well for us.
I haven't seen any team announce a top 30 visit, and this is the first.
That is
top 30
crazy. I haven't heard any. That's crazy. It feels like it's way
that's
too
my
early for that.
second one. I forgot who the other one was, but yeah, that's only my second now.
That's the first one I've heard of. I feel like it's way too early. We haven't even gotten to pro days yet. To
I'm about to
announce
say,
a
yeah,
top
that's
30
weird.
is wicked.
It's very weird.
Oh my god, he's not getting past the Titans at 4, bro. It's just not happening. They remember they had Derrick Henry for a long time. They were spoiled. They missed that.
They literally called themselves the running backs team. Like I was looking it up, like after Jeremiah Love's combine, and I was looking at Twitter with the Titans and Love and stuff, and like all of them just kept talking about, yo, we're used to having great running backs. We need another
Eddie George. Yep.
Yeah, all of them. That's what a lot of their writers and reporters are saying. Like, we need to go running back,
and they will. Absolutely, they will. And so, wow. It's not happening here, guys. So, again, rewire your brains. If you're out there wanting Jeremiah Love, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Get ready for Rachaad White and Bill in your backfield, coming to a backfield near you.
Yeah, that's C-Rod.
J-Mac.
And those bills that Rico got right there. And those taxes away.
I love it, man. Oh, I hate the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
why
if
do we
you
have
go to this game? Let me know. I should be there tomorrow.
And you can't miss him. It'll be putting up shots.
Why he ain't in the game?
Yeah, there was a guy who made a shot at the halftime. He made he got $10,000 for making a halftime shot at the Wizards game.
Did he make with the half court?
A half court shot, yeah. Yeah, he drilled it. Like,
you think you can make one from half court?
It'd probably take me like 10. If you give me 10 try, but of course you gotta make it up the first one. Right. I don't think they give you. I don't know if they give you like 2 or 3 tries.
Nah, they give you one chance.
Just one chance.
They really don't want you.
That's insane. Yeah, that's insane. You could be a professional half-court shooter and still you just not guaranteed to make it off one.
Yeah, I feel like you should get 3. I think they should give fans, but I know they don't.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Good shout out to him. You know how hard it is to make a half-court shot as a fan.
NBA too. Period. Yeah. Let alone NBA.
That's wild. All right, y'all. If y'all don't have anything else to add, we are going to exit stage left. There it is. That means it's over, y'all. That means the show's over, y'all. You know what it is. If you come at these Kangs, you best not miss. Till next time. Shout out to everybody that held us down. Over 800 of y'all basically the entire night, man. We can't thank y'all enough for the support. Till next time. Next time we see y'all, we talking about some free agents, man. Hopefully we are not up here talking about some bullshit ass free agents that this team has signed. No bullshiggity. We need some real deal additions to this roster. Make it happen, Adam. I believe in you. Till next time. Kings out. Peace. Shout out to Abe.